We'll see how it goes. Game 1, best of 3. Low bracket series here to figure out who gets a step closer to TI. Navi having just dispatched with Maus, definitely a bit of momentum behind them, and the favorite heading into this series, and one of the favorites heading into this qualifier. Definitely feel they deserve a slot. We'll see if they can actually play their way into it, though, as HULIGANI have been a firm opponent for a lot of these qualification squads, showing up with some pretty sick performances. And that's a Drow Ranger, yeah, holding onto a smoke, waiting for their moment.
Yeah. Giving her the smoke so that the supports can walk forward without risking revealing that they have a smoke on them. Just a minor little detail right there. Keeping information from your opponents. We see the very common ward. I feel like a lot of teams do this on Dire, sneaking in, putting this exact ward on the high ground. So wouldn't surprise me to see more teams start throwing down the sentry. Just drop a random sentry in mid lane.
Oh, was that Niku who pinged it out? Oh, some pings going on there. Maybe they've got that idea. They want to come and deward
it was Mirage pinging it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he pinged himself like, I put a ward, guys.
Pink and purple are difficult for me.
Yeah, no. But he placed it under smoke, so there was no way to really know about that ward, as he didn't break and no sentry. He just wanted some affirmation from his team, like, guys, I did it. You see, I can ward.
Is here okay? Drow Ranger, can I carry? Is this a good place for a ward? Yes, very good. Yeah, no one scouts out anything. We get ourselves into this laning stage. Ember Spirit against the puck. I've seen Embers do pretty good with a slight spam against this puck. Flame Guard, tickle it down, gather up your last hits. Bit of harassment early on, but very unlikely to get any solo kills in this spot.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty easy farm lane overall for the Ember. Should be having a good time against this puck. Side lanes, however, could be a lot more interesting to keep an eye on. We have a lot of harass possibility coming out from either lane. The Ringmaster, of course, but he's getting clicked quite a lot by Caudle, who has the help of a creep as well. So Ringmaster has to run away.
Yeah, getting run out by a Centaur, getting stomped up and hit by a Cottle. Gonna go back and regen through the tangos. Well, Mirage jumps up to an orb and tries to play aggressively on Niku. Dire Wave is on him, so Niku's just gonna have to reset on his ramp. Some good hits coming in and harassing this Ember Spirit already, though. Mirage showing why he has had such a good time in this qualifier. Playing aggressively like this against such a star player. Making things uncomfortable.
So well done. Gets both the CS as well, the deny and the last hits. Very clean aggression coming out from Mirage. On a lane where it's hard to be aggressive, it can feel pretty pointless to play aggro into Ember because he turns around, hits you like 2 times, and it feels like 5 hits from Puck is undone by 2 hits from Ember.
Yeah, it's nasty. And then top lane looks like it's settled behind this Radiant Tier 1. They've dragged the wave all the way away from the Drow and Bane. I'm assuming this Darkseer, we've talked time and time again how he's kind of level starved early on. He wants to get to this level 3, level 5, get Iron Shells going. But against the double range setup, you're getting clicked out.
Yeah. I mean, as long as he can kill the creeps quickly like he's doing now, he should be pretty okay. Once you get 2 points in Iron Shell, the lane becomes a lot easier for him. So this is honestly the hardest part of the laning stage, I would say.
Yeah, but it looks like they've managed to sentry up the small camp. So no equilibrium shifting there for respect. And I think the large camp is already blocked by a Dire sentry. So it's all been held in place. Yep. Nightmare going to get this Techies pushed back, but he's going to taser and TP. Drow Ranger disarmed momentarily. Nothing lost, nothing gained.
Well. I'm not sure why he's TP'd there. I felt like he was completely fine. But maybe there was something that I'm missing. He wanted to get back in time to stack. Okay, that's fine. Dace was just making sure he gets to the ancient and big camp or medium camp. Getting these stacks really important. No, he failed his first auto attack. He canceled an attack animation.
Oh no!
Not gonna get the ancient stack. So
oh no!
It's -1.
And -1 TP. I thought he was scared of like losing half his HP to a Drow harassing him, but Drow Ranger was very focused on creeps.
Yeah, she was preoccupied. Carry players, when they see creeps, you know, they don't see anything else.
Especially when a tower's hitting them. You're like, a tower's hitting my creeps. I can't let this happen.
Yeah,
Got to do something.
You're not losing 3 creeps to maybe harass the enemy support, you know? If it's a guaranteed kill, maybe you join, but a little bit costly. Up top, they actually commit the blood grenade. PMA stepped too close.
Finished off on Firm's blood. Picked up by Snowy. Respect. Giving the clicks to Daze as well. Chasing his techies all the way back to his tower. And a good start from HULIGANI there. Already killing the Darks here.
It's drowning the damage is quite serious, and that's gonna put her all the way to Power Treads. Also gonna work towards the Falcon Blade next. So not opening with the Falcon Blade's first item. I like Power Treads against Darks here. You need a lot of attack speed to deal with the Iron Shell creeps coming in, kill off the Iron Shells quickly, or even deny quickly as your own creeps are dying. It's a good itemization.
And this is what we've seen a couple of times when Darkseer does get a first blood, Drow Ranger does get a first blood or a good start to her lane, and it becomes uninhabitable for the offlaner. They just say, screw it, I'm going to go back to jungle. A Nightmare after blast off, mid-air, catch onto Daze, and a multi-shot going to come in to get Drow Ranger her second kill of the laning stage.
Wow, very good stuff by Snowy and Respect up top lane. They are in firm control on this lane, and now is when they need to rely on those jungle stacks, so being down one ancient stack feels, you know, a little bit sad. Maybe not the most impactful, as he is going to focus on farming the medium for now.
HULIGANI.
The ancient again.
Already feeling like the crisper team in this early game. Yeah, we've got stacks going, Darkseer's farming jungle, but top lane is now uninhabitable. You cannot go up there. And techies might try and leech some experience or something, but this Drow Bane, yeah, more than just firm control. That is their territory. And we've also got Kotl doing well in this bottom lane, going for a D-ward in that bottom jungle, so they're already setting up for this 6-minute move on the rune. We'll see if Na'Vi are able to do anything. The Centaur TP's out. Successfully away from this.
Oh my god.
Tiny and the Ringmaster.
He didn't TP base, so he's actually on the tier 2 tower with very little HP. I understand not wanting to go base, but this HP pool is concerningly low still. Gonna send out Salve, but it's pretty costly.
The thing is here, the fact that Daze doesn't have a lane top to play into, it's kind of telegraphed. He's going to be playing into mid. So Mirage gets a very good defensive ward in here, right by his tier 1, that's going to spot any of the angles of attack.
Yeah, he saw the techies already. He knows what's up. Mirage trying to pull the creeps out to let the siege creep die. The siege creep being protected by these melee creeps. He was trying to get it killed earlier. Didn't work.
I'm going to coil on the Ember Spirit. Mirage trying to go for this rune, but Riddy's grabs their haste. And the Puck's just going to jaunt back to the orb, protected by this Kotl behind him.
That's very nicely done by Riddies. He waited as long as possible, hoping that his mid laner could take it, but took it right before the Puck got there. And now, back on bottom.
Yeah, another go on Corrupted with the Impalement Arts. This hasted Ringmaster has come back in, pops the Lotus, the heals come in, Corrupted stays alive. He's not going to die. Now Riddy's getting blood grenaded, killed off by tower hits. He's gone.
Yeah, he got blocked by a creep with his final Impalement Arts. Couldn't get the angle as Corrupted hid behind both the range and the melee creeps. Nicely done.
Well, a rough start for Na'Vi. Great for HULIGANI. 3-0, 1k lead. And across all three of these lanes, feeling pretty comfortable.
Yeah. Drow Ranger with her Falcon Blade and Power Treads pressuring the tower quite a bit already. Getting some nice damage done. Tower nearly has fallen. And Bane, even though he doesn't run in here fully, he forces some TP reaction just by getting scanned out. So 1-for-1 on the Wisdom.
That's the way it goes. Pretty good last hit still coming in for Na'Vi, though. And keeping it competitive.
Oh, Niku is trying some illegal stuff. Stealing this would be massive, but Puck is on the way over.
This is not permissible. I'm going to try and take as much as you can.
Of it and tons of experience as well, so that was a really good move by Niku.
Meantime, Drow Ranger, low HP top lane, got dived, but Riddy has been left stranded. He's like, okay, the two supports of Na'Vi going to be handed over to Sayosh, who picks up the double kill on them. Bane and Kotl able to turn that gank on its head.
Pretty much the dream start for our Drow Ranger. 55 last hits, 24 denies, and she has 2 kills to her name. This is going fantastic for him. He's going for a Dragonlance immediately. No surprises there, very common build-up.
And this has been one of the heroes of the patch. Recent tournaments, this Drow Ranger has looked spectacular when she's in an even game, never mind being ahead so far. What, 1,000 net worth difference between her and the closest enemy?
She feels so good in laning stage now. They buffed her laning stage, nerfed her scaling a little bit into the mid and late game, but that makes her gameplay so much smoothened out. So now you don't have this weakness in lane where you often lose. Actually, it's the other way around. She normally wins her lanes against pretty much anything. And that's really big stuff to bring to the table.
We have also seen these games turn quickly, though. Like Drow Ranger teams winning laning stage, winning the first 15 minutes, and then Darkseer says, I'm done farming, like an anti-mage, basically. I'm done farming jungle. 20 minutes in, comes out and just drops some walls on the Drow. Shuts the game down. Definitely possibility here for Na'Vi to tip the scales. A 5-0 lead, though, for HULIGANI. And just sending the Centaur down to this bottom lane to get him to that helm. He's got it coming on Courier. So that suddenly makes this bottom lane a bit of a bunker. The Centaur now can farm backwards to his jungle, have the helm creep drag waves, so it's difficult to push that bottom tier 1.
Yeah, he's always a hard hero to shut down fully. Corrupted may not have had the best start to the game, but now that Dominator is up, he will be farming quite nicely. Same can be said for Darkseer, though, who's going for the exact same approach over on a different hero. And difference is, he can actually Iron Chill up his creep as well if he wants to, send it away, and can actually farm stuff wherever it is, if he so desires.
Yeah, it can be a bit more
likely, though,
it.
he just stacks it for farming it with experience gain later.
So if we slapped the big, shops closed sign on both of these side lanes, top lane can't gank Darkseer, bottom lane can't gank Centaur, there's just helm creeps in front, they're wave dragging. That means the focal point is this mid lane. 10 minutes in, Active Rune's about to spawn, and we've got like a 4v4 in this mid lane brewing. But it's just Niku who grabs the shield and then walks away.
Yeah, we might see an attention towards the top lane, though, coming in from HULIGANI. I think they have a possibility to make a play for this tower. It's only 300 HP remaining, so getting that job finished, harassing a tower is nice, but if you don't kill it, it's no difference from it being a full HP tower in reality. So cashing in on the gold you gain there would be really nice. The map control.
Yeah, you've already invested on the ground level with that early damage.
Exactly.
Time to cash out.
Got in early. We have a smoke from Navi, though. They're going to be the ones looking to turn up the pace, moving towards the top lane.
Try and cut into that northern jungle. Where HULIGANI are already set up in position. Mirage in a smoke break spot. Kotl and Bane, playing the outskirts of this northern jungle, going to see Niku arriving. Ember Spirit Remnant straight onto this Bane, but he's going to get counteracted. That blast off is good from Daze. Onto the puck and the Bane as well. The coil will land and the grip is there. Niku's fine, though. Still half HP on the Ember Spirit as they trade support for support.
It's completely fine. He even has the shield rune holding it. Balls of Steel on Niku, not panicking under the Fiend's grip and the focus there. Trusts his team. It's a good strike, and this is a very heads-up move as well. Your top tower is super low, so what do? You put your efforts towards top and maybe crack the enemy tower. Oh, and Snowy,
the timing.
Got greedy, still farming here.
The timing. They waited until the creep wave walked past. They knew that the vision would be lacking straight through the channel of darkness. Drow Ranger didn't see it coming.
Yeah, clean. Looking at the timer when you gank, always a nice thing to do. If you're not in smoke, even if you are in smoke, it's pretty good to be aware where the creeps are, because if you break smoke when you're under a creep wave, then the enemy obviously see you immediately, even if they're around the corner. We've seen that happen. So paying attention to those details can be a very good thing for these players.
And Na'Vi just reeling this game back in, playing this swift, aggressive style through the Ember Spirit, getting Niku unlocked and having the supports by his side. This now means Darkseer has a lot more space to farm forward. Doesn't have to rely on cutting waves. He can now plant himself in a number of jungle camps in addition to what he was already farming. So getting that tower accelerates PMA pretty tremendously. And if he can get a kill on a Bane like this, Blastoff comes in to help, and that's just a straight up kill. And meanwhile, Mirage dying to Ember Spirit. Amplified damage. Niku finds a go onto this puck, somehow solos it.
Yeah, Spirit Vessel and a DD Rune, that's just so much damage. He thought they would be fine, but I think he had cooldown for a little bit there as he came around the corner on him. Didn't quite see how it started, but yeah, without Lucer Orb to get away immediately, he just dies. Also, it's maxed level Searing Chains by this point, so 2.75 seconds is quite a bit of time to get some auto attacks going. Sleight of Fist, Spirit Vessel, not much you can do.
Yeah, if you already spent your Orb and Jaunt, you're dead. Now Na'Vi gonna make a bit of a homestead up in this top jungle. 3 or 4 heroes all milling around. Techies planting mines and forcing Drowned Bane behind their tier 2. Na'Vi playing pretty tight together.
There's a dire ward in the area. They saw them move right now, so they shouldn't keep bleeding, but have to be careful to make that be the case. Meanwhile, Niku is just getting in there. Holy, he's chasing after a Kotl.
Look at him go. That's a solar bind put on him, but a two-man chains catch. And a pop of the wand. That means he's okay to jump to Remnant. Mirage going to keep poking at him with the orb jaunt forward. Good aggressive play still from this puck, but it's Niku who's playing with them.
Yeah, Niku is forcing their reactions, making multiple people move after his play, and then he can just go base, refill resources. Doesn't mean he's not in time for the rune control, though. But God the Juice is here.
Alright, God's it.
Puck doesn't want to run into a Tiny. Understandable. Not the most fun to get Ava tossed comboed and then maybe Ember jumps in.
It's kind of crazy how that one move into top jungle to unlock the top tier 1, get Darkseer pressed forward, and then allowing this unlock of 4 heroes sitting top jungle and pressuring Drow has given Na'Vi such a new lease on life in this game. Aggressive play from Niku, continually just cutting across from that top jungle in towards mid, making it so, you know, Puck doesn't have any moves. You kind of sat here as Huligani, farming what you can, watching Na'Vi run at you.
Yeah, it's been very passive, but this is also what we expected, right? We've seen these centaurs on the offlane. They want to farm for a long time, just Dominator, and then farming towards their aura items. They don't really want to go and do too much. And with the damage on their team, Caudle and Bane, they're, you know, not the strongest duo support, whereas Ringmaster and Techies is way stronger on level 6. Like, it's not even close. Techies has solo kill potential, and Ringmaster can set up with his ulti. So, I really think the support power spike is now for Navi. And unfortunately for Dire, their supports are great, but not quite at this type of gameplay.
No. Navi, a much more cohesive draft, like, given any game state, right? They've got plays that they can make no matter if they're ahead or behind, early game, mid game, late game. Huligani, much more focused heading to these late game team fights as Mirage gonna get jumped on with the Tiny landing right on the Puck's head. They kill the Puck.
This is some tempo though. 5-man gank up top at 15 minutes. They're under the tier 2, making plays. We're gonna get a sleep on mid lane, but there's not enough support for Respect to get a kill on Ember here.
But yeah, like, if you're ahead as Dire and playing forward with a Solar Bind, Fiend's Grip, chasing people, stampeding forward with this Puck, it feels good. If you're behind, you're just kind of languishing, sitting, wondering what to do. Ember trying to go for this Illusion Rune, going to get gripped and silenced, damaged by the Drow Ranger, just enough with the Brain Sap to finish the job on Niku.
Very nice. Very nice by Snowy to move over for that as well. But yeah, Respect been setting this up for like a minute now, sitting there waiting for the Ember to make a misplay. Could be the start of what they needed to turn the tide.
And this is also what we've seen from Huligani through this tournament, right? Quite a passive first 20 minutes of play, and then they burst onto the scene, burst onto the stage with a lot of their secondary items, you know, feeling more comfortable to fight a little bit later in the game.
And I have to say, they're getting there. Like, early on here, sure, they're the slower team, but we expected that. We talked about it in the draft already, how that's their style, their MO. And they're getting towards the items they need. Blink Dagger on Puck is going to be big. They already have the Manta on the Drow, so she's somewhat online. Going BKB next will mean that she's really ready to fight. And the pipe is complete on Centaur, so once he gets Blink, I think that's their power spike. Blink Centaur, and that's goal time.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? He's the primary hero who goes in for them. There's a catch on the Bane again, though. Chains into that Wheel of Wonder, hypnotizing the Bane. Off to sleep you go. I wonder what Bane would go to a hypnotherapist to talk about. Eating cheese before bed? You will not eat cheese before bedtime. You will not eat cheese before bedtime.
I mean,
does
Bane... But Bane likes nightmares, right? That's what he's...
Oh,
that's his thing.
But does he want nightmares himself, or does he wants to feast on the nightmares of others?
I bet you he just wants the most nightmares possible.
Okay, so then he wants to eat more cheese before bedtime.
That's so true. It's strange how stuff like that, what you've been watching, reading, or what you've been eating before you go to bed, all that affects you so much.
Yeah, just have a bit of contaminated rye bread. Don't worry.
Mid lane, poking for this tower to maybe open up eventually. There's a region up top, but fuck, doesn't really want to run over there. Doesn't see too many heroes.
Poking out that mid wave. Start to get some good damage on tier 1. Navi will glyph it, but this is a full move from Huligani to take this objective.
I mean, no tier 2 tower available, or no tier 2 glyph available. So tier 2 is fallen 18 minutes. This is one of the fastest tier 2 towers we've seen in this tournament, to be honest. Like, usually you don't see teams crack this early.
No, it's very fast. And Darkseer now has a long lane to run down if he wants to stay up there. But it seems like Na'Vi not wanting to sit on their hands, sit in a lane. They are shifting with a smoke gank. Ember Spirit with the Ion Shell, hunting for a target up at the front. Respects Bane and Corrupted Centaur. Helm Creep. Gonna scout them out on the way in. Respect gonna put a Nightmare on the Tiny and immediately get punished as Niku's Ember Spirit closes the gap on him.
Don't get the Bane, but that's, you know, the usual suspect. He falls. However, Centaur has his blink. I do believe when Bane respawns, or maybe even before then, we're seeing a group up. Centaur is moving towards mid. We can see activity now from Corrupted.
It's time to go. Time to play the game. Let's go, boys. A stomp straight on this Darkseer. PMA coiled up, trying to vacuum wall back on this Centaur, healing himself with the Greaves, but it wasn't to be. I think got caught lacking, looking at another part of the map as he just gets walked at and stomped.
Yeah, a little bit excessive to pop the Centaur ulti, but of course easy for us to say. We see that all of Radiant are down bottom. They had no clue if they were smoked behind this Darkseer, so better safe than sorry. They get themselves out. And now, of course, with Torment spawning, bottom area is important to control, and Dace is already setting up to try and steal or kill people when they go for it. Look at this. He's in position, expecting the Drow Ranger lineup to want to go Roche or go Torm.
Very sneaky.
Oh, this could be big, dude. This could be really big. If they don't scan him or find him.
They're sending the Centaur.
They're looking.
Ooh, hey, hey, oh,
Jigsaw.
hello. How are you?
And not falling for that one. Huligani, they check their doors and corners.
That's the way to do it. The SWAT team breaches. Make sure you don't get caught by someone tucked around the corner. Yeah, just doing a little jiggle peek. QE, QE, QE. Do a little daisy wiggle. Niku, in the meantime, is going to play out through this top lane, backed up by a number of his Na'Vi teammates sat in that northern jungle. I'm trying to figure out where to head, because there's obviously a big showing of Huligani in the bottom right-hand corner. But usually you have then the spread out across the map to continue farming. But it's been a pretty tight group from Huligani to play together backwards through the map to farm.
Bit awkward for Navi is that their lineup, while it's very rounded overall, does not take Roche that easily, as Tiny is not the best Roche taking carry. He has good AoE damage. Single target damage is, you know, okay, but not exceptional to burst Roche. So if Dire were to have held the same area, they could have thought about taking Roche, but here they're just gonna have to keep playing the map, look for pickoffs, shove out the lanes. And meanwhile, if Huligani win this area, if they get a good team fight, they could be setting themselves up for success. That low HP tier 1 tower up top, still a target.
The big thing is for me, Huligani supports have a pretty massive job to do in terms of giving vision. They need to see where the techies is blasting off. They need to know where the Darkseer is counter-initiating from. But I think most importantly, they need all these sentries to see where the Tiny's standing. How many times have we seen this carry Tiny just burst out of here with the Shadowblade Harpoon to kill off a carry Drow Ranger or, you know, the enemy Storm Spirit, or in this case, Puck? You could lose a core hero if you're not prepared with the Ob sentries. And already, Sayor's going to get jumped by a vacuum, catch in from Got the Juice, Keeper of the Light, trying to heal himself up with the Holy Locket, but that's never enough.
Yeah, so much HP as well with the shield rune over on Tiny. Puck saw this jump, but he's like, I can't make anything happen with this. So holds his coil, waits for a better moment.
And now Niku remnanting in, going up high ground, or at least attempting to. It's a good nightmare to keep him held back, but he's still going to sprint into action with a surge, and Got the Juice arriving with another avalanche. Takes out the Bane, and the Stampede's required to get Snowy out of danger.
That was a good play, just waking the Ember up and allowing him to keep chasing. Nothing exceptional or like unique, but they were on point with that quite quickly, and he catches a kill. By the way, the Ember, I like his item build this game. Normally we see this sort of Spear Vessel, Mage Slayer, maybe BKB, and then, you know, Shivas from there or something. He went for a second item, Bloodstone. They have absurd amount of magic damage on their team. This will buff his own team quite a bit, and it's a very tanky item overall as well. 625 health, bit of spell lifesteal, of course.
That's pretty good. I mean, he doesn't need Mage Slayer in particular this game.
Yeah, I think there's quite a bit of physical damage from the enemy in form of Dry Ranger, and the rest of them, as we mentioned earlier, the Bane and Caudle don't really bring that speedy burst that the Radiant supports are bringing in the Ringmaster and Techies.
Otherwise, we've seen this kind of Kaya Sanj tankier build. So this is like a replacement for it?
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit more team-oriented, I would say, than that. Kaisan's just very good just for yourself, but this does buff your teammates by 10%. It is something to consider. You have a lot of magic damage coming out.
And he's going to have Iron Shell put on him, right? So it's going to help that out too.
Yeah, he's got it right now. He's going to have it for majority of the team fights or skirmishes.
That's the lawnmower. I'll clear out that mid wave. Na'Vi sat together, pretty tight group in that mid lane. And the only one out there showing is the Techies further up north. Daze getting himself a Glimmercade after this urn upgrade. The old distiller, very handy. One of my favorites, I think, without a doubt, one of the best new items from the get-go. This Essence Distiller.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
just automatic purchase in every game.
Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. I love the active of it. I love the stats of it. 6 armor is, you know, I can hype it all day. 6 armor for a support is so nice to get. You become a lot tankier against these random physical damage dealers. Like, even this Techies, if he gets auto-attacked by Drow, he's not going to feel like absolute paper. And then, of course, the active is amazing. Being able to scout into Fog of War or even have a bit of reveal without buying dust all the time is super quality of life.
Yeah, any time you get to buy a wizard's hat and put on some robes and stuff like that in a game, just feels good all round.
My wizard hat and my chainmail. Honestly, that's the one fail for this item. Who the hell has a chainmail and a wizard hat?
No, you say that. In my D&D group, I've got a player who's a wizard, a wizard and a cleric. He's actually got chainmail armor on.
I mean, see, cleric and a chainmail I can understand, but does he have a wizard hat though? Because that's more a mage thing, I see.
He does. Oh, they've got a grip on this ringmaster. Down he goes to a swift move out of Huligani. But yeah, he's a divination. He's a divination wizard and a cleric. So yeah, he's got a wizard's hat and a chainmail. Yeah.
Okay, I'll respect it.
Dire's middle tower.
So it's literally him then. This is his item.
It's literally him.
We were talking about before. They win a fight and they will try to rush immediately, but the response is there. Na'Vi, swing in.
I've got a jump stomp, catching Ember Spirit. He's pretty quick though. Speeds away, has a nightmare on the Techies, opens the fight a little more. PMA looking for the vacuum wall. Snow is going to BKB up. Tiny makes the jump. Got the Juice trying to stand and get damage down onto this Drow, but she's giving it back to the Dogs here now. Snowy from the high ground, just raining the Frost Arrows, but another toss into the sky clears her out. There's a silence and a catch on the Ember Spirit with that Solar Bind. Na'Vi lose their Ember, and now they've got to back away.
Huh. Very interesting fight there. So very dominant from Huligani, but they lost their carry, the most important hero, and now they cannot go for Roche as the reward for the one team fight. Still win, for sure, but that 9-second BKB kept the Drow Ranger safe. Very good reflexes by him. Snowy got the BKB out before the Avalanche stun came in. If he didn't, that fight could have looked quite different, as Tiny would burst her much quicker and could turn his attention to help his team.
Yeah, that was that one moment, right? That one BKB, you're right. A big difference maker there. Because if Tiny gets that jump on Drow and is able to combo her down, it's fight over.
Yeah, she just BKBs the moment the vacuum wall comes out, realizing that this is good enough. 9 seconds will buy me enough time to deal damage, and he straight up pretended like Tiny doesn't exist. Just keep dealing damage to everybody else, and eventually he does, of course, die. But I think it was the right call anyway.
Man, with the silences, they've got enough lockdown for this Ember Spirit. He doesn't have a way to break free before that BKB.
Yep. That's the concerning part about this build, because Bloodstone does not have the dispel anymore on the active. If it did, it would be absolutely amazing, but they removed that when they changed the Bloodstone a little bit. So, unfortunately, he cannot remove the silence for himself.
A little upsetting. There's Gust and Waning Rift. Pretty annoying for him.
I'm double reading the tooltips this time, making sure it's not the third word in the tooltip or something that they put it back. But yeah, no, it is gone.
Well, that's all. You know, Twitch chat calls you out once. now you're like, okay, I'm reading. I'm learning to read, guys. I'm holding Alt. I'm looking at the entire tooltip. Don't you worry.
I bet you if I polled like a majority of you know, support players on Winter's Curse and asking everything that Winter's Curse does, I bet you a majority of pro players would even forget to say that it dispels. If we had, I'll give it to Slacks, you know, I'll give him as a little trivia thing for one of the events. I have him sit down with some post 5s and have them list what Winter's Curse does. See how many mentions that it dispels.
I mean, if the interview Fly, he'll be the one who knows.
Okay, yeah. I mean, someone will get it. I'm just thinking.
Oh, smoke break. Cottle 4 staffs away. Navi were close to getting a grab on him, but it looks like everyone's still wanting to control this Roche Pit area. Even though he's a minute away from changing homes. HULIGANI deciding, okay, twin gate time to play up towards top. So now starting to prep for that shift in territory. Getting through the landmine area. My whole field getting covered.
Try and take Roche before it moves. 40 seconds is enough time. Awkward spot now for Dire as they just dipped out of the area, but if they want to contest Roche, they have to TP back.
And Roche already half health. They're smoking out through this mid lane, trying to get there in time. Navi might have this before they connect on it, though. Try and finish it as quickly as possible. Roshan's bashing and stunning and hitting them back, but it's going to be Aegis for Got the Juice Tiny. A jump in. Corrupted starts on Got the Juice. Already he's looking down from the high ground with a Wheel of Wonder there, daggering into the Centaur, tossing and blasting off in towards Corrupted. He's been hypnotized, vacuumed back, walled and killed. And now Sayur's trapped down in the low ground against the Tiny, who wails in on him. Forcing forward, the Harpoon there gets Tiny a little closer to another target.
Still chasing.
But it's Ember who's chasing onto Respect, forcing the Bane all the way back. While Got the Juice, yeah, was chasing the Drow by the tier 2 tower, but he's going to give up on that for now.
Yeah, he thinks better of it, says, you know what, we won a team fight, not gonna throw away my Aegis for no reason. And just scared the Drow Ranger back to base as well. Very impressive reactions there. Navi just don't hesitate, immediately target down on this tanky Centaur who's meant to be the frontliner, the one guy who can tank the damage, but with a quick Ringmaster ulti from the high ground, it was beautifully positioned, and we see why Riddies, I told you, he's comfortable in this Ringmaster. You can see it here in the replay.
Oh, for sure, just standing there waiting so patiently.
Yeah, look at this. One Searing Chain, and then from the high ground sets up together with Tiny, and they can just burst this poor Centaur.
Yeah, even with like a full Holy Locket, some heals coming in, not enough to save him. Couldn't even get the Stampede off. And then the chase is on, right? Harpoon forward, you force that BKB, you've got Remnants to keep going. If Navi get that initial kill, dogpiling onto the further kills is quite easy with all the gap close tools they've got. And
you know,
to start that off, that's all because of techies, right? The early warning system, mines by the Twin Gate, they had all the information in the world that HULIGANI had moved.
True. Yeah, very true. Techies gives you a lot of that random intel against even smoke ganks can be absolutely amazing. I want to say that that fight looked a bit similar to something Team Spirit did, fighting into that low ground, dangerous area, literally the same spot that Team Spirit took the fight. But Navi actually got away from it pretty okay. Like, yeah, they lost 2 heroes, but they didn't actually bleed too much. They did get a kill on the techies, and they got out without losing the Drow Ranger. So they didn't overcommit and lose important heroes, I would say.
Yeah, cut their losses pretty nicely. Don't get caught into any... Get stuck into any situation, lose any core heroes.
Tons of pressure on Mirage's shoulders, but he does have Octarine and Gem, so at least he's pretty hard to gank at this point.
Got the Juice Tiny, just going to give it to that tier 2. He's going to try and finish off his Daedalus for this next team fight.
I love Tiny with Crystallis and a Gunpowder Gauntlet. He can do a lot of damage in one punch out of nowhere.
He sure can. Well, he's going to go straight up to high ground and get some damage on tier 3 already. Navi feeling that with this Aegis, they can force the hand of HULIGANI to get them to come back and defend. And Puck, Drow, Centaur not giving into this. They are just farming jungle camps and watching their tier 3 die.
Yeah, it's actually just disappearing right now. Bane got Enfeeble on Tiny once, but doesn't want to walk up and get caught himself, so doesn't go for it the second time. We'll try again here. Look at Bane sitting sneakily. Enfeeble, backs away.
A little bit annoying. Glyphid as well,
though.
but they can just keep going for this. There's no indication that Centaur or Drow want to come back. They're throwing Will-O-Wisp, Enfeeble, the spam of the Brain Sap as best they can, but with a jump in from PMA, they'll get a vacuum back onto this Bane. And Respect, blown up with no buyback. HULIGANI just going to lose a lane of barracks, Wanga?
I mean, there's nobody home, Gareth. Bane is now dead, no buyback on him, and now fighting looks pretty difficult. No tower, no Bane. I think you just have to let it go. Tiny will go in and swipe at it soon again.
Oh, what's going on? It's Saturday morning, someone's ringing your doorbell, you're hiding behind the couch, you don't answer it, and there's no adult home. Where's mum and dad? Where are your parents? Finally, we're going to jump on this Tiny to blow up the Aegis. Now will-o-wisp, but a vacuum. PMA trying to get the catch. Stampede disengages, though. That move from Corrupted allows them to split and spread away and now get the kills on the Navi support. Ember Spirit trying to get away from this one. BKB'd up and TPing home. He'll get back to Fountain. Well, PMA's Darkseer still being hounded by the puck. No stuns, though. Means that he's also safe to TP home.
Yeah, unfortunately, no Yule Scepter on this puck and already committed the coil earlier. So they get out. Decent escape, though. They lose 2 supports. When you're ahead, though, that does give quite a bit of gold back the way of HULIGANI, who need every bit of injection they can get right now. And there's a good steroid injection right here in the double damage rune as well. Puck, Octarine, double damage. Can definitely pop off.
That's pretty tasty. Yeah, melee barracks, bottom lane. About a third of its HP remaining. They couldn't finish it off, Navi. And now HULIGANI the ones to step out on the map. Dead even in net worth.
He doesn't have BKB.
A big smoke gang.
Ready.
And move forward in towards Niku. Trying to get a jump on him with a start out of Mirage. He'll dodge away from the avalanche. Already phase shifted, jaunted away as Navi go hunting in the trees, but they don't find him.
I think HULIGANI was scared to take the fight because they don't have BKB on Drow as well there. It's very close to a tier 2 tower. If she gets gone on, she would have no way to stay safe. So they elect to just back out. They could have killed Ember for sure, but the question is how much would it cost them?
I'm always really impressed with people who can chew gum for more than like 5 minutes as well. Corrupted has been going at this piece of gum for 35 minutes now, maybe even longer.
He's got that good brand.
All the flavor's surely gone.
No, still some there.
There's no shot.
Like really evolved. He can still taste it.
There's no shot. Gum loses all interest is gone for me after like 7 minutes. It's done. 10 minutes? That's a push. After 10? No, it's in the bin. No chance.
Yeah, he's going for the hour mark. I wonder if we see this game go late game and he just never swaps gum. He's just committed.
He's got the same one going over and over again. Well, here come Navi going for the same move again. Playing through that dire triangle outpost spot and getting up towards the barracks. They'll get a jump and catch straight on the Bane. Dead, but with buyback. Now the vacuum wall pushing Snow into it. PMA getting right-click, forced back. Riddy's dead. They've gripped up the Tiny. Got the juice getting burst down and slain inside that dire base. Mirage chasing forward, trying to get a grab onto this Techies or Ember. He'll get the D-ward on the high ground, but that's going to leave Navi to fully fall back.
Oh, still chasing and hounding them away. There's an Arcane Rune up top. I actually want to see that back again. I think the Ringmaster got caught immediately by Aghanim Scepter from the Caudal, and then the puck followed up. Because of Ringmaster getting caught, Tiny died as well. So this was an unfortunate, unfortunate fight from Iridi's perspective, and I do feel like that was the key to success here for HULIGANI. Let's watch it again. Tiny jumps in, finds a good pick off, and then Ringmaster goes in to try and save him, but the Aghanims pulled him, and then he's just silenced and countered, and now Bane quickly with the buyback gets the grip. Clutch buyback for sure.
I'd be arguing it's a mistake by Riddies, but yeah, Niku, he's been nightmared up here into the silences. Has the BKB safety remnant to get to. So he's going to survive, but he's had to spend that BKB, which is a nasty situation to be in.
Mirage actually chasing here, has the coil ready. He says attack here. Yep. I mean, he could definitely coil up here. Ringmaster has the box, but with the rest of his team behind him, Puck might be very aggressive.
But yeah, I mean, an argument to be made as a mistake by Riddy. He's going in there and being aggressive, blinking in to dagger the Centaur, rather than sitting back and waiting for that box to save his Tiny.
Yeah, definitely too early. I think he could 100% just wait and see when Tiny gets focused and box him at that point. But they got the quick pickoff. He was trying to make more happen. They were trying to extend the pickoff and maybe get a full number advantage. But in the end, it's always hard. It's easier to play sometimes heroes like Oracle, who are like dedicated saving heroes. When you play Ringmaster, you're this in-between, right? You're a saving hero, but you also have a lot of damage in your toolkit. You have a lot of spells that can be very good. Reason for pause, sick.
Yeah, that's not good. PMA's left his chair, so I think he's a little unwell.
Oh, that's rough, man.
I definitely noticed yesterday there's a bit of a cold going around the Navi squad. We had Riddy's blowing his nose, coughing and sneezing. So I guess they've got a bit of a bug going around.
Dude, it's everywhere. I'm sick too. My girlfriend's sick. Everybody's, yeah. It's here too. It's infested Sweden.
It's everywhere. It's just always wild to get some kind of, virus or flu in the middle of a heat wave as well. It's like already 30 degrees and then your body's kicking in to make you even sweatier. Like, please.
Yeah,
I'm
it's so
warm
nice.
enough as it is, and now you're burning me up from the inside? You stupid virus.
As your body decides that, yeah, we'll sweat this one out. Don't worry. It'll be okay.
Yeah. My defense systems are hurting me. Help.
Whenever I feel like I'm overheating, though, I just, look towards the new puppy we got. She's covered in fur, and her reaction to this first summer of her life is not the happiest. She thinks it's way too hot.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But here we go. Back into things with a box on ready. He's trying to get away from the coil of the puck, but taken out by Corrupted and his double edge. HULIGANI, 3k lead. Now the ones in control of the map.
Yeah, very good pickoff, even though it's just a ringmaster. That's the saving hero gone, so the rest of the heroes have to play more careful now as well. They already needed to wait for the Tiny to respawn, but might have to wait for the ringmaster too. And that just means tier 2 tower quickly falls.
Oh, a pretty tremendous swing in that win probability as well. Looking like HULIGANI favored as they take down that tier 2 mid lane. Roshan could be spawning immediately as well. It's a pretty quick respawn with 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, it's a fast respawn, and Daedalus is complete on Drow with shards, so her damage is absolutely through the roof right now. Tiny has been looking like the big damage dealer in these team fights, but I think he's about to swing hard. Drow has dethroned him just barely in net worth. They're extremely close right now. But a Drow with equal farm as a Tiny typically deals way more damage.
Scythe of Ice on techies. It could be a difference maker. That immediate Hex catch onto someone pre-BKB could upset the balance in a fight.
Got the Darkseer as well, right? So double Hex available. Good chain stunts. This is super hard for Puck now to play. If you ever get caught, you might just die. Of course, there's the Bane's Nightmare to try and save you, but that might not be enough.
If Navi have the vision or that immediate glance at someone, they could get blown up by the Tiny. Other people could get disabled. It's going to be Snowy with the Aegis, killing Roshan and stepping up now as Corrupted gets initiated on the two-man back wall in onto the Drow, scythed up as Stampede is away. Gets some distance and saves Snowy, while Niku gets forced out with his team fight by the Puck. Drow Ranger still being focused though and hunted by the Ember Spirit. Snowy, the protection of Corrupted with the help of the Grip, catches Niku, but the box is there. Gets him out of danger. Meanwhile, the Drow Ranger raining the arrows down in onto them. Got the Juices, got to run away. Tiny and the Ember Spirit without BKBs now, not comfortable to sit and fight. And Niku's just getting blasted by these long-range hits out of the Drow Ranger. And a jump in onto Techies. Corrupted finds another go. Mirage into the backlines on these two supports. Riddies and Days, Techies and Ringmaster in serious trouble as they get chased up to high ground, killed off one by one. Mirage picks up a double.
Oh, that's so rough. You try and help your Ember, and then you lose one more, and then you try and help, and you lose one more as the one-by-one feed coming in. I think they could have cut their losses a little bit earlier there, but now it's a very, very wide open base. 3 heroes dead. No buyback available on Techies as well, as he just bought that Hex. And I think HULIGANI know about that. Whenever you see a big item like that picked up on a support, pretty much signals that there's no buyback on him.
Absolutely not. We get a tier 3 tower.
The damage from Drow with the Alpha Wolf coming in as well, and when she pops the shard for the high ground damage bonus, she actually just shreds stuff right now.
It's pretty crazy. There's a lot of damage. Oh, it's going to be a full set of barracks. Nothing stopping them. Even going up towards top lane with 3.5 minutes left on Aegis. Why the hell not?
Keep going.
20 seconds, no Ember. Navi.
So they changed the Drow Ranger shard, by the way. It used to be a high ground above high ground.
A jump.
Oh, we can get
they
back
found
to
a
that later.
Darkseer catch. The box is there to buy a bit of time. Coil's going to snap. The Hypnotize rag back. Darkseer's dying with no buyback. Got the juice now, trying to get away from them as the advance up the high ground completes from HULIGANI. 2 more kills for them, losing the Bane, but getting another set of barracks here is a tremendous victory for them.
Mirage is unstoppable. He has A on this. He is so aggressive right now. You can't do much about him. You have to trigger this A on
The
this.
silence and the stun, the catch on the Ember Spirit. They're going to try and protect it with a jump from Got the Juice, getting onto this Kotl and Drow to kill off Sayush. Tiny though, dropping low to the damage of the Drow, needs the box to save him. Riddies buys a bit of time for Got the Juice, but is it enough to get the Fountain? Mirage chased him all the way back in. Tiny does survive somehow, but you've lost another lane of barracks. Gem reclaimed, buildings fall, and HULIGANI happy with the situation they're in.
Still chasing for the Drow. Feels optimistic. She still has Aegis. Very hard target to go on to.
How many
This is
remnants?
far out of your base.
2 remnants for Niku. There's one with a slide, trying to give vision. Landmines in place as well on the retreat, but Snowy says, I'm going to turn this for the buyback of the Kotl. The Kotl, a dieback with a tiny double toss into the sky, and the Drow Ranger being surrounded by mines. Day's got the jump on her. Poke from the high ground, though, getting damage down onto Riddies, making Navi support's life a living hell, and the multi-shot clears through the techies. Ember Spirit can keep on going, though, with more remnants. 2 remaining, gets a slight catch. TP cancelled. Drow Ranger taking some serious damage as creeps are killing tier 4s in the Dire base.
Some crazy stuff going on. Ember trying to set up for even more, but his team couldn't quite keep going there. In the end, they do force a dieback from the Caudal, but losing 2 lanes of racks now, being down 2 lanes, is going to be very hard for Navi. And yeah, we see why Drow Ranger has to be the focal point for all of Navi. Her damage output is absolutely insane. And by the way, Tiny, living when he ran to Fountain there, he lived because the Aeon Disc triggered for Puck, so the Paraspa stopped dealing damage.
Oh no,
his
you
auto attack
serious?
stopped dealing damage. Yes, the Aeon Disc backfired really hard there, unfortunately.
No way.
You know, it's bound to happen at some point if you buy Aeon Disc in a game. Obviously, you want it to keep you safe, but in that case, it actually kept Tiny safe.
That's wild.
Yeah, he had 100 HP and the Aeon Disc came in for Puck, and Tiny's like, thank God, I'm fine.
Tiny counting his lucky stars. There, he survives. And Navi, they live to fight another day. They're a lane of barracks down. 11k, 12k lead for Huligani as well. But we're still in a situation here where that next Roshan fight, that next kill, could actually upturn the apple cart and swing things back the other way.
They still have Tiny with basically about to hit 6 slots soon, so they can upset this very, very quickly. If they win one team fight, they can take Megas. So still anybody's game here. And with the Hexes, initiation is everything. However, Techies has been spotted.
Oh yeah, straight up grip out of the Bane. Damage from the Drow Ranger, plenty to kill him off. This time he's got buyback if needed, but I'd assume Navi just going to go and try and keep waves away from their base right now.
Yeah, makes sense. Let's try and shove it out. However, going to be hard for him to get out on the map, contest any of the objectives, like Tormentor. Going to be pretty guaranteed going the way of Dire here.
Yeah, maybe Shard Golems. We're going to go and do something, boys. Send the little lads out on the map.
Yeah, while they go Tormentor, we just see them go out and grab whatever farm they can, finish up a little bit more items on the side of Navi.
They walk so funny.
Aeon Disc is the target for Ringmaster, 500 gold. The little golems. No, you can't do it. Don't fight it.
They've got the classic gamer lurch going on, right? Where one shoulder is hunched over, you know, their right hand on the mouse, left shoulder hunched, walking forward.
They look like me. So relatable.
One arm stronger than the other.
My people. The shard golems.
It's literally us, Wagga. It's literally us.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't that the meme, Golem Get You Gone meme?
It was
Back in the day with Parker.
Yeah, it was Parker, yeah. That's the one. Well, that was the big
Yeah,
golem, not the little shard golems.
True.
I would never
Were the
call
mini
someone a
golems?
shard golem.
Does that mean Parker is our dad?
Yeah, apparently so. Somehow related. I don't know what kind of spawning mod golems do. We've got a catch on this. Oh, the side device immediately on this Centaur. Hang on a second. Can they kill Corrupted? No, he's got BKB Stampede. Wall is dropped in on the Drow Ranger, but Huligani, they've forced Navi's hand here to spend a ton of spells.
Puck completely alone. Gotta be fine with the Aeon Disc triggering though, and ultimately nobody dying. So how many resources did we use? BKB on Tiny was used. Ember still has his. Darkseer still has his. Puck used BKB, Drow used BKB, and Centaur used BKB. So actually, a little bit of advantage for Radiant here.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I genuinely wasn't expecting that fight to kick off in the way it did. We were yapping away, talking nonsense, and all of a sudden there's a big old clash. Even before Roshan respawns, before we can think about objectives, Huligani thinking, hey, we've got this net worth lead, let's go make something happen.
Yeah, we were busy talking about how our dad Parker left us, and just like he left us, the Dire team also left the Roshan's banner in the Aegis pit.
Oh, did they?
You know, still a banner right there, man. It's right there. It's Caudal. You don't see it, of course, but you know.
There's a mad mine. Right in the right
Yeah,
bit.
Radiant see it, I guess. Kind of, maybe. I think it's just... Is it in their vision?
It's shiny.
Hard to tell. I think they see it, yeah?
Well, it becomes shiny, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they can
yeah,
see
they
it.
see it. Go there. It's not a trap.
Definitely not a trap. That's crazy. I'll see when he spawns. 10 seconds till the fast one. Navi planting themselves around that top pit. I'm trying to see what they can find. Leading with Niku. Well, Mirage does the same thing for his team.
I want to see more chariot action coming out from Corrupted. This Aghanim Scepter is so nasty. Able to just pick up and save somebody. You know, sometimes it's even fine to just pick up and save a support. You know what would be insane? What if you picked up Bane? Hold up,
What if we picked up Drow Ranger? Oh, the smoke break. Did she see? She got a bit of distance, but the vacuum back into Hex with the wall drop. Cart comes in. Corrupted, going to pick up the Drow. Save from the Avalanche toss combo, but maybe lose his own life in the midst of it. Snowy gets off the BKB. They've gripped up the Tiny, got the juice. He's going to be able to walk forward and get on the Drow, but he's held in place a little bit longer. Snowy still has no help coming in, though, and the Drow is dead. Na'Vi will lose their Ringmaster for it, and the Chase trying to catch up to any more. Sayush in trouble. Daze and Niku have found their man, and Huligani lose 3 heroes with no buybacks. With Roshan respawning?
That's insane. The turnaround is here, and Roche is right there. Aegis, Refresher Shard, jeez. They want to push, I guess, but...
They're trying to catch the Mirage. Puck, back in this mid lane. Gets a wave cut. Niku hunting. Do we slight? We catch the bit of vision. Avalanche from got the juice, has got the puck. Got the toss. Got the kill.
The blind sleight of fist. He's like, he has to be here somewhere. He finds him. Niku on point with the catch, and of course Tiny quick with the reflexes as well. The lads are doing it, and now 90 seconds on the puck. Yeah, you have buyback, but spending that is basically opening a massive win condition for Navi. Navi are gonna go for this Roche as well. DD on Tiny.
The Nahaz effect, the amplified damage in front of the Roche pit.
Yeah.
It's always there when you need it most.
Dr. Juice just smacking. I said they didn't have the best Roche lineup earlier, but now with Daedalus, with double damage, Tiny is definitely able to take this out.
He absolutely is. And this Roshan's got all the goodies. That net worth lead completely diminished now as Huligani lose a massive team fight. And we've got, what, multiple Roshan banners, Aegis, Cheese.
I think the items coming in are really helping Radiant a lot here. The not the Roche items, but like the Aeon Disc that we saw on Riddies, having him not get bursted quickly, because some of the fights they have lost have been on the back of Riddies just getting caught out or picked off. Now he can stay alive, get his spells out. And it's off cooldown again. The combo breaker.
They are straight up to high ground. Quite a bit of damage straight onto Got the Juice, though, makes life a little uncomfortable. Going head on into that tier 3 with everyone from Huligani being alive.
Oh yeah, they got the... Did they get the double banner in there?
Yeah. I sure did. And
Very
PMA
nice.
with that refresher shard in the backpack. They're not wanting to banner straight away in that mid lane. Looking to set up multiple sides.
So Tekis has the weak banner and Tiny has the strong banner. This is the leveled up, level 2 banner. It actually does get a lot better on levels. It used to be kind of irrelevant, but now 600, 900, 1200 range on the max one. This is, of course, the 900 one. It changes how far the enemy have to run in to, you know, upset the push.
And it makes it so that, like, the level 1 banner, you can kind of, you know, aggro, drag the wave, bring the catapult forward. The other banners, you can't really do that. Not safely, anyway.
You can do it if enemy heroes are standing there. In a funny way, heroes can actually be detrimental to the push. If you walk up and you get attacked, then the creeps get angry and run after the attacker, right? So sometimes you see de-aggroing happen just because they could hit the hero that was there. Of course, the heroes are usually the biggest pushing power, though, so...
I think that was one of the greatest things I learned being taught by Blitz, how to aggro creeps from across the map. He's like, okay, you're playing Axe, you're in this off lane, you don't see a hero, just aggro the guy who's mid. I'm like, how does that work? Like, I attack and attack action a guy who's 5,000 range away from me, and that's going to aggro the creeps. Yeah, that's how Dota works.
Ooh, nice banner placement, just protecting the siege creeps here, saying, come in. come forward. There's surely not a Techie's Hex being spammed on this banner.
Yeah, clear out the Drow illusions, keep the banner alive, but there's a big jump in here from the Centaur. Box staves up the Tiny, keeps him alive. Good Wheel of Wonder in onto 2 as well with a combo forward. The Centaur and the Bane being blasted, but Corrupt is going to break free with his BKB. Now a Hypnotize with the Will-O-Wisp dragging them back in towards Mirage.
Oh, the cheese.
Puck has made an aggressive play forward while the dive into base, rooting and catching Snowy is forced the Drow to Fountain.
Amazing fights coming out from Navi. Sure, they lose their Aegis, but still completely fine for them. Now BKB is gone on the Drow Ranger, making her life so difficult. It's a very precarious situation for her to go in because these hexes, she could very quickly get targeted. And we've seen them. Navi dogpile Drow Ranger quickly when they see a chance to kill her.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I just need that bit of vision. And the thing that started this fight was the banner and the catapults. They were still there at the end of the fight as well. Didn't even get dealt with. We're finally cleared by HULIGANI as they defend their high ground. Smokers 5 now, trying to find any stragglers as Navi have left the Tiny out on the map.
Ooh, they might realize.
Oh, he's been jumped. BKB TP. Is there a grip? No, it's on cooldown and wasn't even nearby anyway.
Yeah, don't you miss the Dream Coil pierces
Nope.
debuff immunity?
Nope.
Unfortunately, it doesn't have it.
Do not miss that. Does anybody miss that? Puck players, I guess?
Puck players? Honestly, I still took the Waning Rift radius distance though, because that shit is amazing to play. You just get so much mobility. The Waning Rift becomes a little blink on its own. As he did take that talent here. Puck has plenty of movement abilities between that overwhelming blink and illusory.
The techies. Some pretty tremendous damage onto Corrupted. Going through the minefield. Taking around half his damage and magic burst out of these mines.
Trolling them a bit as they recover their area.
So what's left?
Suddenly.
They use the Aegis, the cheese.
Yeah, they have one banner. That I think that's they have the refresher shard. Never mind.
Refresher shard.
Darkseer
Yeah.
still has his shard.
Double vacuum walls.
Yeah,
Bring back
talents
the
are coming in.
checkerboard.
Some high levels, level 28 on the Tiny. Can we get him to level 30? The avalanche toss cooldown is, or avalanche cooldown is insane. Minus 8 seconds. Becomes a really good AoE denier. Oh, smoke up. The hexes are looking for something, but the Aeon Disc is off cooldown on the Puck. Aeon Disc also on the Bane, of course. Not the best targets.
Such a difficult fight to find out who to target first, who to get the jump on initially. And it's Niku who gets stomped upon, but got the juice with a 2-man avalanche. Toss up. Snowy's already half HP. Trying to grip anybody up, but as a box save out, and got the juice to get the Tiny to distance. Navi just resetting back down to the low ground. They forced the hand of HULIGANI here, and Daze is still chasing this techies. He's kept tabs on targets on the right-hand side, chasing supports down, popping Aeon Disc on respect already. Bane gonna get hunted by the Ember Spirit. No one to save him. They've left him stranded, gone for 100 seconds.
Yeah, he's dead and they know he doesn't have buyback. This is a massive power spike to play, 4v5 Dota. And it's not easy with all these abilities coming in a fight. If you don't have your Bane to save and disjoint stuff, it could be a massive opportunity for Navi.
And you've got no BKBs, right? You keep pointing this out. When Dire have no BKBs, it's just such a rough time to actually take fights head on.
Yeah, they have to be fast to abuse that though. 50 seconds, 40 seconds now on Drow. She'll have it in a little bit, but Tiny with the shield rune, that will encourage him to go onto the high ground and get the damage done.
Dota Plus is wilding with these win probabilities.
Yeah,
81% for Dire. I think not.
That is pretty optimistic for sure.
I'm ready
Again,
to be
Dota
proven wrong.
Yeah.
It knows there's some sick comeback about to happen. Navi, they're going to get a vacuum on 3. PMA. And he doesn't drop the full combo, and he's still got that refresher shard. Stampede launches HULIGANI in back onto this. Techies and Tiny. A little bit awkward for Navi as they lose their techies. Ember Spirit at half health has to run away. And HULIGANI with a good strong hold.
Fantastic defense there. A little bit of a whiff by Navi, not really connecting their spells together. The Ringmaster ulti didn't land together with some Hex and Disable, but that was fast reaction to getting 3-man vacuumed. I thought when the vacuum came out that they would be in trouble, but Force Staff and Hurricane Pike get themselves out of trouble.
Huligani staying alive.
Bane, you know, sigh of relief right now. Dead for 100 seconds, respawns without his barracks gone or, you know, the game being over. Feels good.
Oh, guys, my ulti's back off cooldown. I'm alive. I'm ready. I can go and do stuff.
Yeah, this queued up the Aghanim Scepter as well. He's 1,000 gold away from it. Would be nice to have for, you know, partly the cooldown reduction, but also make it a bit more fire and forget in the team fight. He doesn't have to stand still.
There's so much back and forth in these team fights, though. Like, usually at this point, I'm attempted jump, Ember Spirit, slight dodge into Remnant.
The double sleight of fist. They never expected. They went on him after the first one. He just pressed the second one.
Can't catch me. I'm not even here.
Techie similarly will get to respawn without getting forced to buy back or anything silly like that, so he'll be fine.
But yeah, usually we get to this point and, you know, it can be, we can be quite reductive thinking about how we approach these team fights. Oh, they need to get a hex on this hero, need to get a catch on this, a bit of vision. The first person to jump is the one with the advantage. I can't find that avenue for either of these teams. There's so much back and forth with Eon Discs and saves, and the ability to nuke people down in the blink of an eye. This puck is an absolute nuisance as well. It's difficult to find that, you know, easy algorithm to follow for either of these teams to know exactly what's needed in the fights. It's very reactive in terms of what they see, what they do.
Unless you get the dream jump, you basically have to poke and prod in these fights, force out the Aeon Discs, you know, trigger some reactions, use the BKBs, etc. They might be able to trigger the Aeon Disc on Puck by going on in there.
They've seen the orb.
Oh, don't see him.
He's going to vacuum back and a hex. I'm not going to follow through on this. Like, this is the thing, right? You can't go chasing. You poke on it, and you're thinking, okay, diving up high ground is not a possibility here. And that means Huligani, they've seen the move of Navi, and they're going to get a catch on the techies. Taking Daze down a notch, but the Tiny arriving, Corrupted brought low. Box up on got the juice, sends him forward as PMA got on the head of the Drow Ranger, but it's a full disengage, while Mirage getting blasted a bit by that Tiny on the high ground, but it's the Dogs here who's dropping lowest. The Bane moved forward, gets hexed up as Snowy jumps straight in onto PMA to kill him off. And now can actually rain arrows in onto the Tiny to get a triple kill on Snowy. Carts up the Drow Ranger, chasing into Ember Spirit. Navi falling apart a little bit here as Huligani stand and deliver.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from them, and I think a little bit greedy perhaps. The techies got targeted early, didn't pop his BKB, just held it, and ends up getting blink stunned by Corrupted and just taken down from that point on. With the number advantage, Huligani, they just jump in and run them over. And during that power spike of the triple BKB, it's hard for Navi to do too much. Their damage relies on spellcasting. Dire, they have damage through BKB. We see the Drow Ranger just manning up and fighting. Yeah, look here. He's got the BKB, but he feels like he's going to be fine. And then suddenly Centaur gets him, and he's just dead.
And then you've spent your tiny jump on a Centaur who just walks away. How awkward. The process there from Navi, reacting to what they see and trying to do something with what they're given, but it's not ideal by any means. And maybe Dota Plus was right. Maybe that win probability. They knew what was coming.
Dota Plus was right. It saw this coming all along.
It knew exactly what was going to happen.
AI is getting too powerful, man. It can read the future now.
It's Scryo. It's Scryo, the little fortune-telling IO. It knew exactly what's going on. 95% now for Huligani.
They play this 20 times, only once will Navi win, but this could be that one time, Gareth.
But will it? Will it in this game one? With Drow Aegis, Centaur Cheese, Cottle with a banner now.
And we're 10 seconds away. Tier 5 items are here. They snuck up on us.
Oh, yeah,
There's been so much action. Didn't even realize we've been cruising all the way to an hour into the game. How are we looking on the gum? Do we have an update on whether he's chewing on the gum still?
Corrupted gum
it's
check.
An hour in. Yeah, tier 5 items is whatever. Come here.
Oh, he's
gum
not
check?
He's not chewing anymore.
I think he's done with it.
He's done with the
flavor.
gum?
Yeah. No gum.
It's serious time
so
now.
Somewhere between 35 to 60 minutes. That's the duration of a gum.
Okay, for Corrupted. Okay, fair enough. Or is he stuck it behind his back teeth now? He's going to bring it out and chew it again in a second.
He's just locked it.
I'd
in his backpack.
I'd be worried about swallowing it mid-team fight. Sudden intake of air. I mean, I notoriously hold my breath during team fights. It's pretty bad.
You get Fiend script and you just gasp and suddenly you're choking. You need a Heimlich maneuver suddenly. You don't need a box from Ringmaster. You need a real life save.
Axe to come and give you a hug from behind. Give you old Berserker's call. Stygian Desolator for Drow Ranger. Oh my god.
Tier 3 tower dead.
Say goodbye to your buildings. Oh, it's audacious as well, huh? 100 attack speed.
Oh yeah, that's like one of the highest DPS potential. So probably the highest DPS potential for Drow, actually. These two items right now.
It's pretty monstrous. Then super long range banner as well, like the observer's showing. Difficult to clear out these creeps, and the banner is so far away.
Did he consider that he could have a Book of the Dead instead? You know,
We're not. I can't. I've repressed this. I can't even remember what hero it was.
it was Wind Ranger. It was a similar hero. It's an archer.
I don't like that. No Book of the Dead,
Push
please.
is still coming in. Goes
Jump.
in with the shard.
Into the base. They harpoons back an illusion. And got the juice, just trying to stop this push coming in. And put his body in harm's way.
Like 3 shots from the Drow plus the illusions hitting, and the Rax is gone.
Ember Spirit has just bought a Divine Rapier. Navi know how close this game is to just ending. Daze is getting poked to half HP, and 1 barracks remains in this Radiant base. Drastic times.
They want to
For
jump.
drastic measures. They've smoked.
Sneak in, but he's under a sentry.
And they've smoked in vision as well. This is fully telegraphed. HULIGANI know this is coming, and they've got to catch on Niku. The Ember Spirit box saved. Keep that Rapier in their hands. They're going to try and get on the Drow Ranger. Snowy's first life is gone, but the grip on the Tiny, he's actually going to get out of it thanks to PMA. Now Respect, Corrupted, going to bring up this Drow Ranger inside the cart. Save it up and kill the Tiny off as Mirage grabs the double kill, diving in the back, slaying PMA. And now Ember Spirit just right-clicked into the ground. The Drow Ranger saved and protected by everything. 2 heroes, no buyback on Navi. Rapier handed over. And it's down to the Tiny to try and defend 1 versus 5. It's impossible. GG's call.
It's under the remnants. GG anyway. Fantastic fight coming out from the end there, and this Drow Ranger DPS come late game is just ridiculous. They did a good job attempting to be the one striking first, but the vision was there. HULIGANI set up really well, and again, HULIGANI, man, they are a little bit slow.
A chance to keep your run going, because Navi haven't lost to Liga team since 2024. They want to keep this 5 series win streak going.
That's very true. Yeah, I mean, more on their mind right now is probably just survive, you know, just survive and keep going, but would be nice to see that streak growing for them as well. Navi typically are the upper, you know, the upper team, the up dogs, so to say. They should be winning this, but HULIGANI have played fantastic this qualifier.
Yeah, they absolutely have. It's like you said the other day, right? That no-tell quote. You still have to win 2 games in a best of 3. Navi's win condition hasn't changed. They're just down a game as HULIGANI are 1 away from proceeding forward in this lower bracket. As Virtus.pro waits for one of these squads in that lower bracket round 4 for a best of 3 over a qualification slot. We'll see how it all goes.
They run into each other. Smoke breaks. Both of them ping each other, but nothing of value was lost. No information given, really, as the ward was not dropped yet. Daze coming up around here. Snowy should be quite fine. He can always get away if he wants to, using the rage. Worst case scenario.
Now, expectations-wise, guys, I think everyone should buckle in, because I think this is a pretty wide difference in terms of how these drafts have functioned or will function. We've seen this Lifestealer Park, Underlord kind of thing, slow and steady from HULIGANI. They're very much waiting for 25 minutes in, where they've got a bunch of items, they've weathered the storm, and they're ready to fight, versus Navi, who are just gunning for you from minute 1.
100%. Yeah, they want the Radiance Armlet, they want the Blink Witchblade for Puck, they want, you know, maybe some form of Aura build on Underlord, see if he goes for that, or a Rod of Aethos. Either way, they all kind of need some items coming in, whereas Navi's draft doesn't really need much. It's here to go. Also, I want to say it's pretty reassuring and nice to... Ever since we started seeing player cams during drafts, I felt good about the fact that even the top-level players all sit there and yawn throughout the entire draft, because it was something that I felt a bit self-conscious when I was a pro player playing in teams, that why am I yawning during the draft? I should be locked in, but you're just, you know, sitting there waiting, and it feels like it's nothing happening than being eager.
Could you chill with the Y word? I mean, a lot of us have that infectious yawning syndrome.
Yeah.
But every time I hear or think about that word, I just have to do it. I have no choice. It just happens. Involuntary yawning is really annoying. Every time you say the word yawn, like 20% of the people on the planet are going to yawn.
not just the people, the creatures too, Gareth. The dogs. I think the funniest thing is that yawning is contaminating you from a different species. You can see a snake yawn and it makes you yawn.
What is it? Some evolutionary tactic to make sure that, oh guys, we're feeling sleepy, we should all try and wake up, get oxygen in our brains, don't fall asleep, it's scary and dangerous outside.
I think it's not fully understood. There's a few things, right? It does give you oxygen, but I don't think it's 100% understood why and exactly when we do it.
Oh, no, I wasn't claiming that's fact. Why is it?
Yeah. It just feels good, man. Feels good.
And if it feels good, it is good. In the wise words of mind control. And if it is good, do it. How with this top lane, Corrupted and Seush. Corrupted. I'm just going to keep saying his name because several times this qualifier I have seen an offlane player with K at the start of their name and said Collapse. This is not him, even though he is playing as well as Collapse. So far, these qualifiers, Corrupted has had a cracking time.
If he plays like Collapse, he will also have the result of Collapse, who already qualified. So, you know, that's the dream right here. But so far, lane is looking pretty rough for him, going against the Techies and Nature's Prophet on safe lane. Not an easy one to trade into to get some damage on Nature's Prophet. But overall, last hits across the board. Yeah. Navi's strat is working out so far. Oh,
it absolutely is. Every single lane being dominated here by Navi. As they attempt to kill on Clockwork, Respect. There's going to be first blood as Daze picks it up. Nice offlane from Navi, double melee, getting first blood over on the Clockwork. And knowing that this is very passive stuff from HULIGANI as they sit back and wait to try and gather up their items these first 20 minutes. It's going to be a bloodbath from Navi as they walk over their opponents.
Mid lane is just pain and suffering as well for Puck, trying to get whatever he can, but 18 and 12 versus the 8 and 2 last hits. He's trying to drag the creeps. You can see him using the Elusive Orb, trying to get the creeps to run to the side, but Huskar, Niku is playing it perfectly here. Very good lane control. Even glyphing, keeping the banner creep alive.
And Seush, dead to Riddies. A Hoodwink getting blasted out by this. Lane up at top.
They are owning every single lane right now. This is disastrous for HULIGANI. The start is very, very painful. Lifesteer did snag a few CS at least, so it's not feeling that terrible for him anymore. And they're trying on to Daze.
Mirage still poking around this mid lane, trying to jump over, gather water runes wherever he can. Any little advantage, this Puck will take it. Well, Daze down at bottom, Shard onto Snowy. Forcing the rage and body blocking him here. Tag team damage is looking good with that stomp out of PMA. Perfect play out of Na'Vi.
You pick Lifesteer to counter this Centaur, but the Centaur Tusk, man, they're actually just slapping. The tag team is doing so much work. And suddenly, Navi are just looking like they're miles ahead in laning stage. The execution is so flawless.
Yeah, I mean, this was the expectation, right? So if the expectation is Navi going to run over us, what is the game plan for HULIGANI? Like, can they sit back and allow the waves to hit them? Can they strike back and make moves of their own?
I think they need to, you know, just try and keep building their CS without getting too aggressive on the lanes. And that's hard to say, or easy to say and hard to do. That's Respect in trouble.
Blast up doesn't land though. Riddies does not get in on top of Respect.
And that signals the top lane he's alone, so they quickly go on him.
It could be a big kill if they can find it. A Pit of Malice, trapping and rooting got the juice, and finished off by Sears.
That's very good. They didn't go on him early because they didn't know if Techies was there, but the moment they see Techies down bottom, they set up this kill. And maybe just a little bit of a mistake from Got the Juice, playing so aggressively while they were showing 3 bottom.
Snowy and Respect. A bit of damage onto PMA here. Feasting away at a big fat Centaur, but a snowball forward. Gap closes in onto Snowy now, and they've brought Nature's Prophet to dogpile on his Lifestealer, but he's got a bit of distance. They don't get the catch on him properly.
Yeah, the lockdown completely misses. The Ice Shards and the Sprout were both off the mark, and Snowy just walks away. Boots Lifestealer walking away is one thing, but now he's gonna have Face Boots coming in, and he'll be way slipperier. He'll be sleepy.
Slippy, Slippy, Slippy. What was that the name of the frog in Star Fox? Lilac Wars. Slippy the Frog.
Was it? I actually don't know. I never really encountered it.
Slippy Toad. He wasn't a frog, he was a toad.
Look at mid lane. Look at the blast off. He's trying to set up with it as the initiation.
Yeah, wiggling his
He will
butt.
go right now. Oh, oh.
I think Mirage knows something's not quite right here. Now he sees Daze. He spent another orb, though, so a blast-off coming in here. Phase shift dodged. Mirage just on the top of his game, this qualifier.
Yeah, I think the Observer Ward also helped him. I think he got a little bit of vision, and that tipped him off to play very cautiously. And while the CS didn't look great to start out with, Corrupted is actually owning the top CS now against the Nature's Prophet. If we compare just his lane matchup, 43 and 10 versus the 30 and 9. And actually the tower is being threatened quite a bit by the Unlord.
Well, now it's got to a point where it feels like Unlord can't die unless they bring 3 or 4 heroes up top.
Yeah. His strength gain is pretty serious, so at level 6 already has 1300 max HP. Got the one bracer, of course.
He's also protected by both Radiant supports. Clockwork and Hoodwink lurking in the area. Looks like Hoodwink playing that left side while Clockwork goes across to the Bounty Rune spot. And gets
The Lifestealer before he gets his level 6.
Yeah, stomp into blast off. Not going to coincide perfectly, but they've got the damage to follow through regardless as they bring the Nature's Prophet down here. A kill on the carry into tower push to finish off the job, get an objective, and open this map up for them. Because there's one thing playing fast in lanes, getting this advantage. It's another thing being able to convert that to map space. Getting all these tier 1s and making the map smaller for the Radiant is a big deal for NAVI.
Exactly. Because Navi, you know, they don't want to allow the Radiant team to play with Underlord, utilizing these global ganks, being on the map. So the more you can shrink their map early, the more likely you're going to get Roche, the more likely Huskar is going to close out the game. Every single tower is so important for them. Speaking of Huskar, I think he has the entire armlets coming out. 8-minute timing.
Mirage with a nice little D-ward there before his sentry dies. And just holding on to this mid lane, trying to push out the waves with his orbs. Always under threat from his techies in the Tusk, but everything's very telegraphed from these two supports. So as long as the puck has a bit of vision or the wherewithal to understand what's coming, you're able to react with the jaunt and the shift.
Yeah, there's no Rubik, no insta-lift like that, no way to really catch the puck, so he's gonna be fine. He also has the bottled illusion, which is fantastic to have against the Huskar silence. Of course, I believe it timed out now. I had to use.
So what's the vibe in terms of heading into mid or late game here as NAVI? Like, they need to shift into 5th gear early on, apply this pressure, play fast, but are they also comfortable if it does drag out a bit?
Oh, a little bit, I would say they're fine. There's a problem later on where if Lifestealer gets big enough, they don't have great stuff to deal with him. Their heroes just naturally don't counter a Lifestealer in the mid game, mid and late game. So, yeah, the Infest bombs and Lifestealer ganks can be really, really problematic, but they should keep accelerating their farm. The way we see Nico doing, running into the jungle, farming up the Ancients. That's why we see him at the top of net worth right now, getting those valuable CS. Not the most CS, but the most valuable.
I guess the framing I'm looking for is, has it been enough from NAVI to settle into the mid game? Did they need more, or is this has been a requirement for their draft to actually do this well, so it's felt good that they are fulfilling that requirement?
I think top lane is a bit of a blemish on their record, right? The fact that they lost their safe lane tower and that Unlord is doing quite well. This was not in their plans, but that's the thing. You gotta adapt on the fly in Dota. Sometimes lanes don't go the way you wanted. At least they've opened bottom, they've opened mid, and the map is starting to feel like theirs to use as they want.
It's just like roleplay. Sometimes your die roll doesn't go your way. You've got to adapt and figure out another direction. Figure out how to get your character into some more fun situations. Like this large camp pull. Treants and a stacked camp and wave creeps all fighting each other as NAVI make a move with their Huskar and the techies. Life break onto Corrupted, blast off in, and the damage is good. And it's enough to bring the level 9 Huskar here to take down that Underlord.
Quick and decisive gank, and that's of course right outside the tower with the catapult wave coming as well. So yeah, they're gonna be quickly going onto the tower.
The Dominoes
can try and be cheeky, but only once experience really.
And the Dominoes are toppling. Systematic destruction of all the tier 1s. Dire also keeping all this vision up at the same time.
Yeah, they want to farm this camp before they lose the triangle area. They have a triple stack Oh, mosquito. Mosquito boss. I told you those annoying mosquitoes.
Actually, mosquito.
Smiles. You're sitting there trying to focus play your best Dota. You just hear.
Well, who was it? GH had like a cockroach and he had to go and hit it with a panel. So there was a moth in his room. He had to go get a frying pan. Huskar's got a life break onto this respect clockwork. HULIGANI trying to defend their outpost position here, and actually Niku blown up. Went for the go on the clockwork, but a step too far. The bridge gets burnt. The sharp shot not landing onto the Daze Tusk as he walks back up the staircase, but I think he knows here with his snowball he's going to get jumped on by the puck and this underlord damage. And Taser, hang on, that's enough to get him out. I thought they'd keep giving chase, but they've given up on him.
I was surprised we didn't see a center ulti coming out to try and rescue his friends. He was holding that, watching the Tusk fight for his life, but ultimately he is going to be fine. Means they do have the center ulti ready if they want to go for a kill with it. As they swing through the gates, looking at this lifestealer who's saving up for a Radiance rush.
And every time a core dies, this Radiant team... Oh, there's the mosquito.
It's a skeeter.
Is he blowing on it?
Attack.
Get out of here.
Attack.
Do we have any mosquito heroes in Dota?
No, I don't think so.
Is Huskar a mosquito hero?
One dude, I hope mosquitoes don't get as buff as Huskar.
I guess
what do you mean?
Bloodseeker's as close as we get, right? Being thirsty for blood and running around, being very annoying.
He's got a lot in common with him, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Getting ruptured with a mosquito and then it's coming for you. You can't run away anymore.
Just like thematically, usually there's some kind of insect. A viper is kind of mosquito-y, you know, flapping around, very annoying. Flaps his wings like in an irritating way. Toxic and poisonous.
That's the buff we need to Viper. He just makes a zzz noise when he comes to the lane.
I wonder if his poison is a natural anesthetic as well. That's what mosquitoes do, right? They inject you with a little painkiller so they can suck your blood and then it starts getting itchy from it.
Yeah. It's
I'm not sure if Viper's giving you anesthetic though. I think he's spitting nasty toxins at you.
I don't think he cares if you notice or not when he's in your face just spitting like loads of that bile.
He's an apex predator. Oh, 4K lead for Navi. Puts them in good stead here as they demolish that early laning stage. All the tier 1s down. And now a period where it's uncertain where to head. 14 minutes in, you can't go Torm, you can't go Roche. So it's a pretty wide open map to play in. So it's important Navi here. They have this buddy system going in. Trying to defend, got the juice with both Niku on this Huskar and the Tusk arriving, but a coil, it's held them in place as they stampede and disengage.
Awkward situations. Everybody walks away. And, oh wow. Corrupted doing something I have not seen at all, pretty much, on Underlord. He's going first item Aghanims. I usually do praise the Aghanims and say I want to see Ags more on Underlord. But going for it as a first item is very unusual. Normally it is Rod of Atos or, Crimson Guard or Pipe, one of these items, into then maybe Aghanims. I'm happy he's getting it at least. I think it's so good in this game.
So he's saying, screw the auras, I'm bypassing that incremental build-up. I'm going straight for the counter to Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, maybe a reaction as well to what we see, the tempo coming out. He says, I don't have time to farm 2 items.
Yeah, just skip that part of the game completely. Well, there's a quick little kill on Respect in that southern jungle. I'm trying to force Snowy out of the lane as well to delay this Radiant's timing. He's already got his Relic and well on the way to the Talisman. It's not a quick Radiance by any means, but the fact that HULIGANI are still getting there without having bled out too much is a pretty good sign for them as we head towards 20 minutes.
Yeah, they're behind. They're solidly behind on every single core right now, but it's not down in the dumps. The Radiance timing is acceptable. It's just that Dire are really accelerating their own game with all the gold they're getting from towers, right? They took all the tier 1 towers already, and they're looking to do even more pressure. So they're lagging behind a bit on Radiant for sure. See how much they can do when they get those items. We talked about how the HULIGANI, they always want a few items and then they start popping off. The Blink is soon coming in for a puck. Witchblade Blink combo.
Seems like Dota Plus favoring Navi 61% to 39. So yeah, if HULIGANI can get into some of these key items that allow them to play back and forth, right, draw out these team fights, keep Lifestealer alive to have multiple rages, jump in and out of the puck, Hideaway as the hoodwink. That's been the name of the game from Huligani in all of these matches. And so far, Roshan just burning down to the spears of the Huskar, and no contest coming in. The sharpshooter attempt going to get blocked out by the techies. Hoodwink just giving a signal there that we know what you're doing. We'll let you do
in
it.
a position to try and hookshot there, but he didn't have the vision yet. Of course, Rocket was still on cooldown for 5 seconds, but if you tried a blind hook, could have been a potential steal. Mid lane.
Another orb and jaunt gets Mirage out of danger. Again, kind of challenging to catch this puck without a hex or anything like that.
Yeah, a little bit hard with the snowball only being 0.6 second duration. Maybe need one more point just to guarantee that you can get the Walrus punch after the snowball's done.
That's a 17-minute Aghanim Scepter, you're right, on Underlord. He's getting it delivered.
It's really early, and that's pretty impactful because this early people do not have a dispel. Most people do not have a way to get out if you root them.
A Lifestealer. Oh, there we go. Chainstones come in with a damage blast of the Huskar. They've got Snowy down. Now, Underlords come into this one with a Firestorm on the Huskar. It's a tremendous amount of damage burning through Niku's first life. So the Aegis gets claimed up, and Huligani just step back, reset in behind the tier 2. Mirage will keep poking with the orbs.
Niku still standing strong, and with Got the Juice having a Mjolnir, their DPS is super fast on this tower.
An 18-minute tier 2 tower. Down it goes. Navi can repurpose themselves across the map wherever they want to be.
The full heart already on the PMA, the Centaur build, was so difficult to deal with. And I think it's a nice build against Puck in particular, who's this poke and prod type hero. Puck goes in, jumps out, deals damage over time, and Heart just keeps you nice and healthy throughout all that.
Makes you so hard to kill when he just plants himself in a lane. Oh, it's been a slow one for Snowy. 3 deaths, 0-3-0. Not happy times for the Lifestealer, but he's got his Radiance now, so he can start scaling, getting that farm a little bit faster.
They're gonna scout Daze. Can they get him though? Puck is a little bit far. Oh, he cancelled. Oh no. I think he's dead.
Yeah, Mirage going to coil him for this. Get the freebie kill on the Tusk. Who does it belong to? Mirage? Yeah, there we go.
Unfortunately for him, if he did keep channeling, he would probably have lived there, but he doesn't have that vision.
Lacking critical information.
He really did. Huskar is queuing up a shard immediately after the BKB. So he's gonna cauterize himself, dispelling now with that. It's obviously insanely strong. For a while he had it without buying a shard. That was one of the most busted things I've seen. I still think it's a mistake to give Huskar a second innate dispel, you know? The hero has one on the ulti. Don't necessarily need to have one more, but at least now he has to pay for it.
Yeah, let's just give Huskar the hero that's countered by debuffs. 3 dispels.
Yeah. Exactly.
What a
Yeah,
wild.
once he gets the Satanic, he'll have 4 dispels this game. So those Rod of Athos or Pit of Malice plays, they're not going to do much to him.
It's still an honorable hero, though, the Huskar. Very, very honorable hero.
So honorable.
So honorable. So regal. As he jumps on the hoodwink. He takes out the squirrel. Huligani gathering up their forces in this mid lane. They're kind of herded across here by the Centaur. Attempted jump stomp from the fog. Not going to catch Snowy off guard this time. Quick on the finger with the rage. Just a non-stop situation here where you have to maintain that bottom lane. Right, it's the knock-on effect of losing your towers early on. You need to have someone bottom to push the wave to stop the high ground tier 3 taking damage just from creeps. Mid lane is a little exposed as well because you have that eastern jungle as an approach point for the Dire. You don't have any vision there, so it's kind of spooky. The only place that Snowy can play is that top lane, left side of the map, so it's down to Mirage and Corrupted to do what they can with the scraps.
I think right now it makes a lot of sense to just be aggressive for Huligani, go out on the map. You can see that on the post 1 and post 2, both shoving out lanes, because they know Tormentor is being taken right now. So this is a chance for them to get some breathing room, get the lanes out, push as far as you can, make the most out of the situation, even though you're not contesting the Tormentor. Little update, Niku actually skipped the shard for now and says, I just want Satanic as soon as possible, so it goes for the Reaver first.
Respect on a bit of a migratory wander. Heads into that top jungle, grabs a bounty rune, then TP's away as Sayush trying to sprint into the Roche pit. A hop, skip, and a jump down to low ground from that sharpshooter, and a slowdown on PMA to stop the stomp. And now trying to deny to neutrals with the Ogre's aggroed. Niku says no. Shuts it down with a life break forward.
I think he shot the neutrals. The neutrals attacked him, killed one of the trees next to him with a Mistwood Wayfarer, and then he was bushwhack missed. I think he would have died anyway, but it was just a really funny sequence. Always when you're playing Hoodwink and you randomly have a bushwhack miss due to Mistwood Wayfarer is super frustrating if you play this hero.
Respect has got to go charge his headset or something, or unplug and replug his microphone. Seemed like he had a little problem there, but it's all sorted. It was funny seeing players solve tech problems in real time. Like, literally, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Touches his microphone. And what about now?
Yep. Testing.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test. Check.
Big push coming in top. Tier 2 tower is going to drop pretty quickly as there's nobody who wants to defend this.
A 10k lead being developed by Na'Vi. 3 to 10, 22 minutes in. And we knew this was coming through the draft. They've held on to every part of the map that they've walked into tremendously well, while keeping Nature's Prophet back on the other side of the map. He's raced up to the top of the net worth now and got the juice playing this role to perfection.
And still we see the same from HULIGANI, right? Their draft may have changed, their itemizations may have changed a little bit, but they're still playing their same style that we see a lot. They're just kind of farming, playing on the back foot. We saw the Aghanim's purchase from Underlord, but he's only used ulti a single time since then, I think. So Navi, their counter has worked out really well so far. They just need to hold on to this lead.
Yeah, it feels like some weird combination of... Respect can get scouted and killed quickly. Some weird, collaboration between Falcons and Spirit, where HULIGANI love these very tanky cores or unkillable heroes that cannot be found. Mirage's Puck in particular in that mid lane, Snowy on these tanky heroes. We're gonna get the Coil over on the tankies. Corrupted comes in through the gate. Snowy starts to munch away, but he's realized that he doesn't have the firepower here to deal with them. Losing the Underlord now as well as the Puck. Na'Vi just swarm around that techies, allow Daze to die, and then say, cool, and then what?
Fantastic pickoffs, and also that Lyster had to TP Fountain means that he's not shoving out the lane right now, so they're getting the squeeze on them right now. Everybody's stuck in base, and this is a great chance to just start poking high ground. You got creep waves coming in all over the place.
And straight up to tier 3. No real defense could get mounted here by HULIGANI.
Yeah, there's the Blink Snowball save available as well, so Daze can now take more of a defensive role. Doesn't necessarily have to initiate in these fights. And I like this from Navi. Don't have to crack the high ground entirely, just poke a little bit, go back, play for the next stage's timing, and just accelerate your farm even more. Build on the lead that you already have. Even the gem now, just to clear out all the vision. Daze on his Tusk is going to be feeling good about that.
But yeah, that like weird collaboration here. The tanky cores out of Falcons, HULIGANI pick them up and say, okay, that's what we're going to rest our draft on. But then they also have this team spirit effect of who cares early game? We're waiting for that one moment to strike, right? That we've seen from a lot of these really exciting top teams like Spirit or Old Beast Coast, where the first 20 minutes literally doesn't matter. All they're looking for is one team fight around an objective, around a Roche pit to actually level the playing field. Now, this 13k lead for Na'Vi, it's there, they're settled in a good groove. As long as they can keep, the cogs oiled and the machinery moving, it's going to pay off. They can actually keep going aggressive, keep playing forward, but if they lose a couple of fights, that can all unravel pretty quickly.
I think that HULIGANI overall, if they manage to work out a way to be a little bit faster and decisive in the early game, they would be a super fearsome team. Like, talking absolutely capable of taking games against anyone. Because their overall team fighting is impressive. But even with that, even with their ability of good targeting, communication, whatever, you're falling behind a lot now. 13,000 net worth disadvantage. Roshan is going to spawn pretty quickly as well.
15 seconds to go as the map gets smaller and smaller for HULIGANI. Trying to cut out waves with Puck up at top, bodyguarded by the Clockwork. Cutting a wave here, farming jungle there. Hoodwink on that right-hand side also trying to find what farm you can on a pretty dead map. It is barren, arid farmland out here for Huligani. Very little to gather up, while Navi the entirety of the map to soak up with all that gold going into their pockets.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, though, getting whatever they can. So while the lead is significant at 13,000, it's not really building that quickly. So definitely finding farm wherever they can. Big credit to Mirage for his work out here on the top lane. Actually, Underlord ulti, trying to delay this.
Poke their head around the corner, while bottom lane, Respect has been pummeled by Daze and got the juice. Niku will grab the Aegis.
He could take the gate straight to the enemy base. Get it on the high ground. He's not going to take the opportunity. Declining the Uberlord?
Yeah, apparently. There's a part of me that misses that old Underlord ulti. Only a very small part, though.
It was a silly one.
It was
very funny plays with it.
It was funny watching the timing sometimes, right? Because you'd have this Underlord putting the AoE.
Someone missed it.
Someone gets missed out of the AoE of it. You're like, oh shit. The carry
like
gets left behind.
Blinks in and kicks him right at the time when it's about to trigger, and like half the people go out and half of the people stay.
Yeah, there were some really cool outplays.
Yeah, the new one is definitely stronger overall, but the old one was pretty exciting, I agree. I just like the effect of people stepping through a door like, we're here. You know, everyone popping out the gate.
Like Scooby-Doo kind of stuff. Just go through one door and then out the other. But yeah, like going high ground with Underlord back in the day was super fun. Just like 5-man up, kill a tier 3, and there was no threat because you had Underlord ult just taking you back to Fountain no matter what happened.
Yeah, just commit. Just keep hitting guys.
It was like the old Koppel Storm combo with a recall. You ball lightning out, you get recalled back, sent to Fountain, or the Chen.
Good.
Stomp in from PMA. Snowy. Yeah, got to rage up and run because they've already lost both supports. Getting overwhelmed here as got the juice. TP'd in behind them. Need the infest out Snowy to get within corrupted to buy time for himself. But we're looking at Navi going high ground again. Tier 3 bottom lane, worse for wear, has got the juice, just lays into it with the right clicks.
And no real way to defend this as well right now. They're trying to delay as they can, but need their supports.
Corrupted.
PMA not scared of anything.
I'm going to try and tumble away from PMA, but yeah, they Centaur walking past the barracks and bullying them all the way back. 4,700 health. Barracks down.
He's got the shards. Got the shard and building even more strength with the double edge. Some good stuff. Wisdom is up. Nature's Prophets could TP in 10 seconds.
Mirage trying for the Wisdom Shrine, but Daze makes sure and he locks onto his target and forces the puck back. Now backs against the wall. We need some drastic maneuvers out of Huligani. We've not seen Snowy approach any level of confidence in this game. He's got a couple of his items, but unable to stick on anyone. And it looks like, I just love the fact he's still got Bracer recipe in his quick buy. Yeah, go for it, buddy.
He never removed it. He just keeps adding more random different stuff instead. But yeah, should be selling those items off eventually. Unfortunately for Huligani, they've kind of hit the timing that they want, right? Get a few items and then start doing stuff. But Navi have gotten more than just a few items. They've gotten a lot of items, some of them being Aegis. And yeah, this is looking very grim. Aghanim's completing now for Huskar is going to spell some serious threat whenever he jumps someone. Even the Lifestealer and Puck have to be wary now about that.
Well, they sure do. Smoke up from Huligani, knowing that they're on death's door right now. Navi closing in on victory to try and balance this best of 3 into a 1-1. Neither team wants to get knocked out. Here in the lower bracket as we head towards TI. And they are not far away from qualifying. Huligani keep hold their tier 3 for now as they get a snipe on that Huskar, but a jump in from PMA gets a go on Corrupted. Snowy will arrive though and start building up damage. Right-clicking in, a snowball save is required, but there's still this pit. And the Firestorm now with a double pit out. They're all trapped and rooted, held in place as Mirage goes in with a coil on the Tusk. Focusing in onto him, Daze is going to die. Meanwhile, Clockwork pummeled by Huskar, Stampede out from Navi. They can't figure out if they want to go in or retreat. But now they'll reset and hold back right next to Got the Juice. But a good sign from Huligani. They're able to defend and hold back the hordes that aggress into their base.
Yeah, we see the power of the Underlord, the Pit of Malice, Area Denial, doing some serious work in that fight, putting down the gate and having 3 of them in a team fight. And Navi just say, okay, you know what? We have a big net worth lead, but if we cannot move around, can't get auto attacks out, and we're not really feeling that lead. Ooh, that's a good snipe. He was actually very close to the full Octarine core on Puck, but it's going to delay his entire soul booster.
And Got the Juice just keeps leaning closer and closer to his monitor. His neck extending, face is going to be within his freaking monitor soon.
The closer he gets to taking mega creeps, the closer he gets.
Oh, the more net worth he gets, the longer his neck gets. Going to end up being a giraffe. What's he at? 25,000 net worth? Miles ahead of any of his opponents.
That's generally one of the things Nature's Prophet does really well, right? Accelerating, getting farm. It's not just about the global TP ganks. This has been a fairly quiet game overall, as Huligani have mainly been dodging. But with big map control comes big money. And Navi, they've been holding most of the map for the entire game.
And Nature's Prophet, the kind of guy, you know, his spells kind of suck, so it's all about his body and his money. That's all he cares about.
He's got a good body too. That auto attack, worth a lot right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's still the best, but he was one of the hottest bodies in ability draft Dota. Everyone loves our Nature's Prophet.
That's true. I mean, he's got fantastic stats, got fantastic overall attack animation as well. It's all really nice.
Господи, допоможи.
The ranged turret. Things slow down momentarily here as Navi just a little retreat back onto their side of the river. Gather some farm, but looking for objectives. Tormentor ready to be gathered. 2 minutes for next Roshan. You can allow a little bit of time here for Huligani to come out of their base as you prepare yourself for the next swarm to this Radiant high ground.
It's a bit of time, but not that much. And oh, watch for mid. This Lifesteer has to be so careful. You get Blink ultied by the DD Huskar, your life could just be over very quickly. He's scouting for it.
I'd love to get a grab here. Lifesteal is in the Croaker. Oh, Respect gets annihilated by the Centaur, and they're chasing this Croaker down. He's going to get the Congregations of the Deep out, but yeah, amplified damage Huskar. Just life break straight in onto Snowy, and the lifesteal is gone.
The damage. It's so much damage. 500 damage per hit from the Huskar ATP straight top. Wants to get more out of this. Looking for Underlord.
He's going to go dive it. Hey, buy back Respect on the clockwork, but this Huskar, with his BKB going, slays the Underlord. Dead for 70 seconds. Navi might just be able to close out this game now. They're on this tier 3 top lane. Treant sent forward. Nature's Prophet with the right clicks. Buildings falling quickly.
Underlord, no buyback available for him. Dead for 60. Lifesteer also gone, so I mean the damage is very lackluster from Radiant. And honestly, I don't know how you go through the Satanic Huskar. Chain stunning him is not that easy with only 3 heroes.
There are 2 tanky cores with Satanics, with BKBs. A massive challenge here, but the majority of your damage, hell, if not all of your damage as Huligani, is magical. The Puck, the Lifestealer, the Underlord, all very reliant on magic damage to spill out onto their opponents as we get a jump on the Clockwork, who's just died back. A situation where Huligani are without a number of their heroes, just watching Navi hit their buildings. It feels like it's inevitable at this point, as Niku just stands there in front of tier 4s, protected in the back by Techies, Centaur, and Tusk, ready to strike in and save their buddies if needed.
Yeah,
Smoke out.
They have carts.
Huligani,
Last-ditch effort.
4v5, they've got to do something. They've got to make a move right here. Your throne is half health. Pit of Malice in onto Niku and got the juice. The BKBs are up. Huskar in the cart, though, trying to get sent forward to deal with this Snowy Lifestealer. He's going to infest into to corrupt it. Holding the line, at least for now. The BKB's expiring, though, so Lifestealer is stuck inside his Underlord. He can't jump out. He's waiting for his time to maybe now attacking onto Niku, but the Huskar, he's too much to break through. Lifestealing up, standing his ground, fighting back into him. Snowy is dead, hits the deck with a third, and GG called. We're going to go to a game 3.
Game 3 on the way, and Navi, fantastic adaptation from game 1. This worked out so well for them, and unfortunately for Huligani, I feel like they need to...
And enriched, give him something different from time to time. It's like, you can play a bounty hunter this game. Have a bit of fun.
enriching your support player, whether like a terrarium or something. Yeah, we should add some stuff here, you know, a
Well,
little bit of nature for you.
You have to treat your POS4 like a toddler or a pet cat or something, right? You can't just let them sit there and do nothing. You have to give them, you know, you don't want an iPad kid. You want to give them some enrichments. Give them a little, you know, put the square block in the square hole kind of business. Give them some paint so that make some macaroni pictures.
Not the TikTok rot brain POS4 player. I want the listens to Mozart POS4. You know,
the Subway Surfer POS4.
Yeah, I want a Zai POS4, a true intellectual.
That's where management has to come in and say, no, you can't have multiple monitors as a pro player. One monitor only. You cannot have anything open on the left screen. No YouTube, no Spotify, no Blue's Clues. No Bluey.
What if you take 6 screens, put them next to each other, and just project Dota onto all 6 screens? You just have a massive field of view. You see everything.
But that was tried by some people, right? With the extra wide monitors, or putting the mini map on one of your side monitors as well.
I used to play with someone who did that. He got I think it was like a 38-inch screen, like absolutely ridiculous. He said he could see both the runes at the same time if you looked at mid lane. Like both the runes show up at the same time. I'm like, what? What in the world, brother? And
big old aspect ratio.
This is actually a pay to win if you get used to it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Most pro players sat on these 24-inch monitors, though, huh? They don't want anything bigger. They're sat about 3 centimeters away from the front of the screen. Anyway.
It used to be 22, and then it's up the standard to 24.
Yeah,
Players shifted.
As we do. It's progressing with technology. Game 3 here, though. Last chance saloon for both these teams. VP waiting in that lower bracket spot to face off against whoever the victor is here in this individual game for that chance at a TI 2026 slot. Navi against Huligani. Clockwork, Nature's Prophet, Lycan, Hoodwink, and Kez over on Navi's side, as we've already gone through the draft of the Dire. PMA up at top. I'm trying to manipulate the creep wave and play away from this Undying. Days will give the right-click shots, but so far, safety for the Shadow Fiend for Huligani top.
Yeah, and there's big room for outplay in this matchup as well. There's plenty of interesting lanes to watch. I actually think mid lane, for once, is a matchup that can go either way in terms of aggression here. The Kess typically does well against Puck, but has to be careful as well, of course. The continuous harassment.
And the range right-clicks all start adding up. You've got to ferry some regen out, keep yourself topped up. This Puck is one of the better heroes at chipping you down and looking for that kill threat.
Mosquito!
Another one.
Get him.
What we do is Huligani dropping mosquitoes into the Navi boot camp. Some biological warfare going on.
That's so smart, actually. You want to qualify? You just send a mosquito attack.
Well, you can just buy it online, right? All these online pet shops for lizard food. You just buy the lizard food, put it through the post box, drop it in. What can you do?
Why is this caster promoting terrorism?
It's not for political gain. It's not terrorism. It's just being a nuisance, isn't it? Just a little bit of vandalism.
It's just vandalism.
Oh, just a bit of harassment.
They do what it takes to win here. Stopping at nothing.
Every little helps. Mosquito's definitely been annoying Nico, but it looks like he's locked it in here. 13-3 against the Puck, 7-3. Kez getting the upper hand out of that mid lane, while Respect gets harassed back by Daze up the top. They've reset the lane right by their tier 1 tower, but Respect has got to respect the Wolf and the Squirrel, who keep giving chase.
It's honestly a bit problematic for the Undying.
Losing a lot of health there. But had a Water Rune and an Orb. Sorry.
Yeah, he knows his limits, holds the Fairy Fire as well. But you're absolutely right, this mid lane, like I pointed out earlier, it can go either way very quickly.
And my nervous system
told the line.
I thought something was happening there. And then down at bottom, got the juice. Nature's Prophet, 13-4, having a pretty safe time here. Lined up with a Clockwork support. And Techies and Beastmaster. And trying to do what they can down there, dragging wave back, giving Beastmaster that control over the wave with the boars. But this is a big move. Snowy up on top lane, getting dogpiled by Got the Juice. Riddies and Daze set it up to go dive the tower, and now Respect's Undying, getting munched on by the Wolves. The full array of heroes has arrived with a quad lane up top, 4 minutes in.
They just moved the entire safe lane up here. Normally we see one of them go through the gate, but with Nature's Prophet, of course, you can be pretty decisive in your move, and he actually stays. Doesn't want to go down bottom, a little bit scared right now. hop through the gate. So Stason takes the tower instead. Of course, they're going to try and defend this.
Yeah, because they're pretty low on regen on Na'Vi, so not able to top up and return to lane. Sticking it out, bringing this tier 1 to half health. Not a comfortable position to be in, a Snowy in respect, because this is meant to be a lane that dominates. And Shadow Fiend, he should be up at the top of the last hit chart, getting shut down already.
Yeah, it's still a pretty costly move for Got the Juice, though. He left the lane, and meanwhile, Corrupted kept backing the lane, denying a lot. So not much experience for the Nature's Prophet now. His last hits are lagging behind a bit. And still a lot of attention towards top lane.
They haven't seen his techies yet. So they are hiding in the tree line there, but the wave has already pushed across the ramp past the river. It's kind of difficult for techies to find an opening.
I think they suspect he's there.
Yeah, they've got an idea. Something's not quite right. And Clockwork has gone through the gate, then back again. Returns to bottom. And Niku and Mirage still having this head-to-head in the mid lane. Both of them are always very low on resources, but they're holding wand charges or fairy fires to make sure that that kill threat isn't quite there.
Yeah, sending out boots now, so Nico going for the no bottle build. Pretty classic on cast mid, just relying magic stick heavily.
And Corrupted tipping the Clockwork. Oh, Daze just kills off respect up at top. The Hoodwink, I'm assuming with the help of some wolves, chases this Undying down as Seush trying to get the blast off with a blood grenade to start things off. He'll launch himself with the bushwhack. Ah, holds him in place. Now raise damage. That's just good enough. Optimistic TP from Daze gets shut down.
That was a cute play with the bushwhack though to stop Seo from his blast off, but yeah, damage taken, of course. Got right click down slowly there. The Undying as well, struggling against Hoodwink. One of the things about Undying is he's really low armor, so the continuous auto attack of a Hoodwink harass is not that nice for him. Bottom lane is hard to get a grip on again for Got the Juice, so Corrupted is still free farming here, killing a lot of 3-ins too, accelerating his levels.
I would ideally like to launch Got the Juice into another one of these early skirmishes. Active Rune is an invis for Riddies down at bottom. He got tipped by Corrupted earlier on. I think he missed a few of his cog kicks into this Beastmaster, so Riddies is feeling a little bit upset with the aggressive tip from Beastmaster. Now he wants to get revenge.
Ooh, he's gonna get level 6 soon. Very close on Corrupted. One creep and he will get it. Maybe even the Treant can give him level 6. He's trying for it.
And diving under the tower in towards Got the Juice. Can't get the roar on him though. Dips into the tree line fog and now Corrupted a step too far. Riddies and Daze getting roared up. Beastmaster pops the wand, holds the Lotus and the Fairy Fire. Going for the TP home now. The cancel is not coming.
Wow. The Clockwork showed up at the right time as well with the cogs this time. Can't tip him for that one. But he gets to safety. Tipping to base. Corrupted doesn't really lose anything big. He did spend his ulti, but Beastmaster ulti isn't the longest cooldown ever. 90 seconds he has it.
Yeah, stays alive. And finds himself second place in the net worth, just behind his Shadow Fiend. And HULIGANI doing a good job keeping two of their side lane cores at the top of the pops there. PMA's Lycan, we've seen this time and time again, just dip back into jungle and accelerate quickly. But he doesn't have the build we've seen most commonly. No Sage's Masks at all for this Lycan.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised to see no Talisman, no Sage's Mask, no nothing. Normally we do have that, and I don't actually see a reason why he didn't do it in this game. But I guess maybe just trying to rush the Dominator.
Yeah, I guess so. And well, they're going to get aggressive here on the Snowy. Tombstone gets placed to try and defend the Shadow Fiend. Daze has already fallen. This Lycan cannot stick on the SF, and the cog kick's not landing either. Dangerous territory for Na'Vi to invade into here with that Undying Tombstone at level 2. Level 3 Decay just being spammed out as well keeps Na'Vi all the way back.
Puck was thinking about jumping in there and looking for Clockwork, but high HP on Clock and potential for Nature's Prophet to come in. Thinks better of it. Corrupted is the target, but he's running back nicely. As I say that, turns.
Yeah, and Kez is going to come in here and get the grab on him. Spin around and pirouette onto this Beastmaster. He's got a TP at 400 health. Does Riddies...
Oh, no battery assaults.
Not have
He's
battery
a 0-2-2
assault.
Clockwork.
Level 4 Clock.
I don't love that skill build. I feel like just having 1-point battery assault is pretty nice, but I can understand the mana pool is pretty tight. Nice little detail, by the way, by Niku when he ran up on the Beastmaster. He waits until Beastmaster is about to roar him. The moment he does, he starts the Raptor Dance, making it so Beastmaster has to retarget the Raptor Dance, Primal Roar again. The invulnerability timing.
Clever stuff.
Stops the casts.
That's a smart way to do it.
Just min-maxing. You can see he's comfortable on the hero.
That camp is pretty notoriously hard to stack. Techies, don't worry. I've found myself in that situation as well. Stupid little creeps just do not want to stack. And there we go. Sage's Mask in the courier. PMA is going to bring 2 of them out after finishing the helm.
Yeah, so we're fixing his mana finally, but did get the Dominator first, so it seems like it was indeed just about getting the earliest possible timing on finding a friend. But top tower will fall very easily now after the continued pressure, so they're ahead in tower take. Bottom is pretty low though, and Beastmaster wants to do the same.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We haven't had that same early burst into aggression from Navi we had in game 2. Been much more tempered here in game 3, as we expect both these squads not necessarily to be scared, but definitely respecting the situation that they're in. You don't want to go for any of these bold, overzealous, eager moves where the expected value is maybe a 50-50. You want to be sure that your moves are going to pay off. That's why I see much more focus on objectives.
It's an elimination game as well. It's best of 1 elimination, your last chance to move on. You're just this and 1 series away from qualifying to TI.
You can almost taste it. Well, Corrupted back into that helm. About to finish it shortly. Went for that Arcane Boots first, so a little bit slower on that timing. They'll get there in the end. As Got the Juice finally making his move in towards that mid lane for a tier 1 take. Navi stamping their mark on the other 2 lanes in this game. And forcing Snowy back into the jungle. A bit of a step back from Huligani as they try and gather information, gather their wits, and just make sure they're not being run at by this Lycan Nature's Prophet.
It's going to be a Manta-style rush from the SF, not going for the Mask of Madness build. I kind of wish he did, though. I always feel like Mask of Madness is worth it on this hero. He's, you know, very, very high DPS. If you find your moment to lay into auto attacks with a coil or with blast off or even primal roar, kind of enjoy it. And also just for jungling, right? The farming efficiency of it.
Floating rock
Speaking
money.
of farming efficiency. Got the Juice is about to finish a Maelstrom in 400 gold, so Nature's Prophet will start ramping up a bit, because for now, Radiant Course is still struggling to keep pace with the SF and the Beastmaster.
Coil onto this hoodwink mid. I'm trying to get the follow through with the techies, but Sayush kind of struggling here, wiggling his butt. Day's going to dodge away. Blood Grenade's not going to finish him, and now Got the Juice comes in to punish with Niku arriving. The Kez just gives him 1 slice and kills the techies. And so far, I feel like Sayush hasn't looked particularly comfortable on his techies compared to Days and Riddies in particular.
I agree. I think he got a little bit in his head there earlier with the bushwhack on top lane, and now he's second guessing. But with the puck silence, he really should have committed for the blast off. Unfortunately, missed out on a kill and died as a result. Good recognition by Got the Juice that he could TP in there.
What? So, Kez just says floating rock money, like and says, gold for me. What is a bounty rune made of? Is a bounty rune just a floating nugget of gold?
Worthless, useless gold.
Is that all it is?
This is straight cash. Any currency. You want dollar, you want euro, it is what you want.
It's Bitcoin.
Some BTC floating around.
Decentralized. You're not relying on any ancients to print your money. No inflation. Just get the bounty runes going. I was wondering, because, like, you know, creeps drop gold. Where do creeps keep it? Is it in their pockets? Do you have to lift up, when you kill a creep, do you have to lift it up and shake it down for the coins to fall out?
I imagine
Who's counting the money?
There's like an automatic sell of all their vital organs. This is full RimWorld. You kill a creep, you take whatever you can harvest, and then it's sold automatically. We have teleportation in Dota. The organs are teleported.
Just automatically applied. You kill a creep, it scans your barcode. You know exactly where the money's going. But then Kez getting coiled. Yeah, silenced and stunned. Taken down a notch in that bottom jungle. NAVI was setting themselves up for a smoke maneuver in there, trying to dangle him in front of HULIGANI, but they strike too quickly.
The SF is coming through the gate as well. Redis will see it. But he also gets spotted now.
Clockwork just gonna go to the TP home.
Radiant's middle tower.
Leave HULIGANI to their own devices down here. Well, NAVI come back to defend their tier 1 mid lane. Got the juice will hold this area for himself. A very close game though. Nothing in it net worth wise. We've had this aggression back and forth, finding individual kills. Do you feel like there's a certain mood in this game? Like, are we leaning on NAVI to feel more comfortable heading into mid game with this Kez and Lycan? Or HULIGANI happy?
HULIGANI are probably pretty happy. Just looking at the draft and the situation right now, there's not much net worth difference, but after Puck lost mid lane, he has recovered and overtaken the Kez, already being part of, you know, killing him once. And this slows down the timing for Kez. We're sitting at 1450, he still doesn't have the Deso. If you're going Deso first item with no Falcon Blade, no Mage Slayer, no nothing, you kind of want it at like 12:30 or 13 minutes. That's like a really good timing. He's kind of lagging behind now.
Shapeshift out of this Lycan. Sayosh already getting annihilated by Daze, but PMA's being surrounded here. Corrupted, getting spun down by the Kez though, and taken out by PMA as this Lycan shapeshifted up and took some names.
A beautiful defense right there. They bring everybody and react in force. That's one of the strengths of this team as well, having the mobility. Nature's Prophet TPing in, Clockwork can hook in, and even like him bringing himself over and having the Helm of the Overlord. Good usage of the power spike they had.
And a very quick group up as well. All of a sudden, there's 5 heroes there from NAVI just ready for you. And HULIGANI walking into that high ground thinking, we've got a tombstone, we've got this Beastmaster with summons. NAVI had 5 heroes ready.
That's the power having the tier 1 tower, and thanks to it, they will keep that mid tier 1 tower as well. This dire scan does successfully land. Kez has his Desolator now, of course, his damage is pretty high. And I think the Undying is about to walk into Daze. Get spotted.
And the hook shot there from Riddies. Long range connection to stop the TP.
Some fast damage as well coming in with Nature's Prophet joining, Dominator creeping up here. I think they're losing tier 2 tower, so at least they're going for a trade on the mid tier 1.
Did you just say that's a bingo?
That's what she said. I'm just mimicking Hoodwink.
Okay, that's a bingo. I can't think of anything other than Inglorious Bastards when I hear that phrase.
Oh, right, yeah.
And that's a bingo.
Bring out a baseball bat as well for the Hoodwink.
Well, get rid of that nasty little squirrel. Now, HULIGANI trying to pick up a bit of speed here. Ahead of steam as they get into the Roche pit. Puck is cutting off that bottom jungle, just trying to give a bit of information there and making sure that Clockwork doesn't have easy access for a steal or a snipe. But it's not been the fastest Roche. Still at about 30% HP, and that's allowed NAVI to reposition around the pit.
Ooh. This is very precarious situation now. Both teams could take it very quickly. Nature's Prophet is going to do what Nature's Prophets do and split push the map, trying to force a reaction. They could swing immediately for Roche as Nature's TP top.
He's got 10 seconds on that TP. And now I'll use this.
Clockwork, can he get the hook steal?
There's so many summons in front of him. It's kind of hard. Kez is going to make his way towards the pit. Snowy's picked up the Aegis though as they roar and kill the Kez. Niku's gone. Nature's Prophet, he's still up at that top lane as NAVI embroiled in a long duration fight in this pit. PMA has found his man in the back, killed off Sayosh, and the Aegis is being claimed up. Shadow Fiend's about to respawn and surrounded by Treants and summons, but he's going to get out the Requiem. Fear them all back. Mirage, Zone's got the juice down to the south, but Snowy's stuck in the pit. Can he try and manta his way out of this? Because NAVI have got him under lock and key, but the damage flowing through too quickly. Snowy stays alive. Blows up, got the juice. Now PMA with no shapeshift. The poor werewolf has turned back into man form, and that's not where he stands tall. He's going to get shredded down by Corrupted, the master of the beasts.
Mirage just playing the field in that team fight right there, being everywhere, dealing damage. I wonder how much damage he did total in that fight. Actually, interested to see. Good stuff coming out from Beastmaster as well. As we see the fight recap. Yeah, look at that. 3,000 damage by the Beastmaster. 3,000 damage by the Puck. Just coming in and laying in thick damage.
Has some heavy hits.
They gained 2 gold.
Two
Yeah,
gold
yeah,
change.
true. Here I was thinking it's all doom and gloom, but not 1, but 2 whole golds.
That's just an awkward approach, isn't it? Granite Golem goes up, zones them out, and then Niku in the middle of 5 heroes with no Nature's Prophet arriving, just alone.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit late on TPing in as Nature's Prophet. I think he was looking for the angle where the TP makes sense. And overall, the fight looked like it was going to be good. They pick off the supports really fast. SF dying with the Aegis, but ultimately, none of the cores were brought out fully. Yeah, SF died with Aegis, but they're all in fighting shape here. And Lycan without ulti, as you mentioned, turns pretty useless.
Yeah, slowly walking away from them. Gets walked down. Corrupted puts the leash on him. And brings him back in. And you said it, Mirage doing a very good job there, just keeping tabs on people and tracking back to make sure there's no entry point for the clockwork, seeing where the hoodwink is, forcing Nature's Prophet to disengage. And Mirage on this Puck, an absolute pest in every single one of these team fights.
He's so good on this hero, for sure. Dace gets picked off down bottom. Don't necessarily want to connect with Corrupt, that he didn't even have to ulti.
Clockwork nearly getting killed by this Puck. Has to TP away as top lane Shadow Fiend in the gaze of Niku and got the juice, getting scouted up top and chased down, but he's got backup now arriving. Undying can't heal up the Shadow Fiend though. Lycan has shapeshifted in to boot the Shadow Fiend out of the game, slicing into respect for another couple of kills for Na'Vi. Flipping that table.
Just getting a little bit too far out on SF without any friends showing. I mean, they had Beastmaster down bottom, Puck was showing on mid for a while, and then SF up top. So the classic, if you show on 3 lanes, it's shameless. The opponents are gonna look to punish you, even if you're ahead.
Back to even. Back to dead even. No Aegis advantage, no net worth advantage, no map advantage. Back to a straight best of 1, 20 minutes in.
BKB is done on the Kess, so BKB Deso, he's very, very powerful now. Can just run in and try and force reactions. If he beelines for the SF has very little that he could possibly do even. So Beastmaster now almost has to target the Kess.
Huligani just going to gather up their forces bottom. It looks like they want to try and play towards the Torm. Kind of difficult to boot Nature's Prophet out of the top lane, and there's no objective up there that you desperately want. So they'll swarm this bottom right-hand corner, where Daze is set up, tucked in the trees with a bit of vision. Sees the Torm and will know that they're coming.
Yeah, he's sitting in a very good spot actually on Daze.
Where are they going? They're not Torming. They're going through the gate instead. They've smoked up and they want to try and wrap around in behind this Nature's Prophet.
He senses it. He's out. Goes to the safe area of the triangle. And now a bit obvious. He pings that his creeps are hitting a tier 3 tower and nobody's defending right now. So, yeah, this is already sussed out.
Just trying to get what information you can. On PMA's Helm creep sent up top, getting chased by the Puck. And he's going to get himself a Wisdom Shrine as he farms this left side of the map. But a sequence where Huligani spend a lot of time and a few resources trying to chase ghosts around the map. They don't find anything. And there's Sayer's techies in the tree line getting found by the Kers and the Nature's Prophet. Easy pickings for them as Na'Vi now the ones to set up for the Torm for themselves.
Yeah, easy kill. Even more Deso charges. He's got 6 already. This is not one of those sad Desos that we've seen a few this tournament where you end up getting no charges at all. Already building that damage.
Easy shot for
This is
Daze.
going to be the Aghanim's 3rd item for the Kess. There will be a power spike though where Kess will struggle a bit. When the butterfly is done on SF, Lycan can't hit him. Kess can't really hit him. Nature's Prophet is also going for a BKB, so he might also struggle. And then Assault Crest coming in from Corrupted as well will mitigate even more damage. So I do think they have a very big window soon coming up. Even Octarine Core is about to complete for the puck. So yeah, when all these items come in, I actually think Dire are quite a bit stronger. But they need to make stuff happen within the next 5 minutes of that when they get these items.
Yeah, strike while the iron's hot. Get those items working for you. Yeah, no sign or no sniff of a Scythe of Ice or an Orchid or anything like that from Na'Vi. So Puck has a pretty good time. Another smoke, this time from Na'Vi though, repositioning on the map, playing up to that top jungle where Corrupted had just pushed the top lane, and it would be an easy guess to make that he's going to farm these 2 neutral camps, but it seems like Corrupted is a step ahead of the curve.
Yeah, he understands. He gets out of there, played safe. I like that both the offlaners are essentially the same hero doing the same thing right now. Helm of the Overlord into AC, same item build coming out, just minor differences, mana boots or the masks. SF was spotted walking under a ward. A little bit too far for them to pick him off though.
Was it Snowy we were praising the other day with the Shadow Fiend?
Bottom tower.
Playing confidently, just walking up high ground, making these really strong, decisive moves.
Exactly. Yeah, the moment that they get ahead in the mid game, Snowy has been doing great. Just how they crack high ground and how they push in and take the advantage. They need to get there though. Right now the game is super even, but with the power spike mentioned coming up very shortly, Octarine is done on puck. SF just needs a few hundred more for his butterfly timing. And with this timing, they could flip the game a bit, because it feels like Navi have been the aggressors in the recent time here. That could all change.
And Na'Vi, the ones with the easier access to the map as well, like Nature's Prophet, just ghost pushing top, Helm Creep with the Lycan Wolves, the little additional help there keeps all of the waves across the river on the Dire side of the map. There's a bit of a situation where you've got to do some pruning, some putting out of fires here as HULIGANI. And there'll be another 2 minutes of it. We know that Roshan is a while away from spawning.
Yeah. Beastmaster is queuing up a Blink Dagger next. I wouldn't mind seeing him go for a Shadow Blade either, just to try and, you know, get some value. They didn't go Shadow Blade on SF. It's always nice to have one at least, to force the opponents to have a lot of sentries on lanes.
Shield rune for Puck. That's pretty big for Mirage. They're going to set up around that bottom right corner. A big old circle drawn around the Hoodwink and the Kez by the Puck, but no moves just yet. Holding onto this area of the map. It's just if you do tighten up and group like this, you're having both side lanes pushed in. A flurry of pings top lane saying, hey, someone has to come back and defend this.
Yeah. Yeah, they recognize that there will be a defense, most likely Puck, and Puck indeed is already swinging over. Prophet says, okay, I'll send one more wave. More Treants. Tower already at half HP.
Yeah, someone come and deal with it. Mirage will clear the wave. Catapult takes a couple of hits to break down. That's half health on tier 3 tower. And Got the Juice still gets to stick around here and farm out as well. Might get run at by this Puck as Mirage forces the BKB TP. That's big info.
Scared. Yeah, skittish there, so paid off for his aggression is Mirage, who was completely alone but forces the Nature's Prophet.
That's BKB down now. And 20 seconds for Roshan to spawn, so another pretty big timing for HULIGANI to exploit. Already he's around this Roche pit, just looking to see are there any enemy heroes nearby. What can he find?
Yeah, more items coming in as the Orchid is very close for Nature or for Lycan. Will be nice against the Puck as well. A possible way to lock him down.
Vital.
Respect working on a Crimson Guard from the support Undying is pretty funny, but Undying does have a ton of strength when you pop the Flesh Golem and a few decay stacks.
Yeah, and what else is he going to buy?
Pretty big HP. You make a good point. Maybe 4 stuff against Clockwork, but other than that, yeah, I think it's fine. You can go for this tanky build.
Like Force against Clock and Nature's Prophet would be good. Like Ghost Scepter is always a good item in this game, but it's kind of greedy for a support to just go Ghost Scepter and say, I'm going to save myself. And Crimson, much more of a team item.
He's trying to coincide the power spike as well a little bit, right? If he gets to a Crimson Guard with the Assault Crest, with the Butterfly, with all these things coming in, they could possibly try and close out the game. So it's not so much about going late game, it's more about going on a timer. Somewhere between like 30 to 40 minutes, they want to make some serious progression.
Well, even with the items hitting here for Huligani, Roshan respawning, Nature's Prophet BKB on cooldown, they're still tentative to make any sweeping moves. Smoke into smoke is what's going to connect these two teams, as Navi have prepped themselves around that middle lane, looking for the wraparound into enemy outpost. Mirage, smoke breaks on him.
With the
The
shields.
puck phase shifts already and blinks away, waiting Rift to get the distance to rejoin and collect up with the rest of the team, because PMA has shapeshifted. That's an ulti spent. If they don't
Yeah, they saw it.
catch anybody here, it's rough for Navi, but the pressure is on. Top lane's pushed into tier 3, mid lane's on the tier 2. The Lycan is scouting and sending these summons to give vision and information. PMA shifting away as Huligani realize they've got to make a move. Riddy's the first point of contact. Clockwork getting blown up. Final touch of damage comes out of Corrupted now, but your base has been pummeled. Top tier 3 is dead to
Tower
got the
down.
juice. Tower down. Roshan roaring. They know they've got to do something, but you're losing a lane of barracks to this Nature's Prophet. And Navi getting the upper hand, it feels like, in terms of map control here. Sayosh has to dip back towards his fountain as the Furion going to BKB TP out. Huligani, they'll get days, but they lose a tier 3 range racks as they desperately scramble to get that Roshan and gather up the Aegis.
Yeah, I think it's still fine overall. It's painful to watch, right? Just losing base like that, but they did get 2 kills. They got the Roche, so they have Aegis now, and they lost. Sure, tier 3 is gone. They lost their range racks, which isn't really that painful, but now they have to be very on their toes. If Nature's Prophet keeps pressuring that lane, the melee racks being exposed, that's the big threat.
On my way.
But with the Aegis in hand, they can now look for this power play. I said they wanted to close the game pretty much on 30 to 40 minute timing, or at least make serious progress. See if they can do it.
That first step, tier 2s. Lining up in this mid lane to try and get a push through with the Beastmaster. And PMA getting harassed by the puck. Has to be wary of his positioning. And the rest of Huligani just storming down that top lane. They're trying to set up for a situation where they can plant themselves by the outpost and pivot from top to mid, get multiple lanes shoved in. Navi have already set up for a split push though.
Got the Juice has his own butterfly now on the Nature's Prophet, so as if he's not the only one anymore. And he's pushing pretty fast. If they can stall out the Huligani high ground, then Nature's Prophet can force them home very shortly.
This is an identical move that we saw Huligani pull. Shadow-Fiend just walks up high ground, says, I'm ready. Snowy wants to hit the tier 3. Glyph is up for Navi, and they are shoving the other 2 lanes pretty heavily, though. Trying to delay the push with
Got
the
the Juice
cog.
can TP top.
He's not going to go for it just yet.
Oh, he goes base. I thought he would force them home for sure, but okay, they're committed for a fight.
Ah, they want to fight and defend this. And Roshan's banner needs to be dealt with. It's there onto some catapults. That's going to be Got the Juice's job to kill it off.
Their own tower is taking some serious damage though. Down bottom, double catapult.
Hook
wave.
shot. Riddy's. He's found an opening on this Undying, so they've defended their top lane, and they get a catch on someone here. Respect. Trying to run into the trees, but Got the Juice will catch up to him. So Huligani, they walk up high ground, they get a tier 3, but nearly lose another one of their own. You're right.
Yeah, very, very costly. Nature's Prophet didn't want to commit for full-on pushing because respecting the Blink Beastmaster TP back would maybe just roared him and he dies. Doesn't want to risk dying as he's the highest net worth on the map. Got the Juice is playing the game really well.
This entire game on a knife's edge, though. In a situation where,
Yes.
like, one team fight into, oh, we don't have buybacks, or we bought out a certain item. That could lead to barracks.
Very complicated spot, and we'll see how the next fight will play out, as well as the Blink Orchid on Lycan makes him a little bit more of a threat as well than before. Able to pick his targets and go on people on the backline.
Yeah, because
Remember,
Snowy...
there's still no BKB on the Beastmaster, for instance. If he gets silenced, he could be in trouble.
I mean, Snowy doesn't have BKB either. He's got Manta Style and a Hurricane Pike to get a bit of distance, but in comes the Kez, slicing through 2 of them. Respect's about to die. Snowy's falling quickly, but the Kez, he's going toe-to-toe with the Shadow Fiend and
alive.
still stays alive. BKB'd up with Static Charge on him. Kills Snowy off the once and then back up to high ground to play defensively, but Mirage dives in. Slays the Kez, who's dead for 70 seconds. An opening for Huligani to do something big here with no Kez, no shapeshift, but they're stepping back.
Yeah, stepping back again. Don't have a creep wave right now. It was cleared out, so also probably will have to go back and defend. Nature's Prophet, this constant threat.
It's so
He's
annoying.
thinking about going and summoning.
Mirage has to come and
It's not
contend with the
easy to
wave.
force. Not easy to force the 5v5 or force a fight where you want it. And unfortunately now, that was with Aegis advantage. It will become a bit more complicated without it.
Hey, Navi doing a great job at target acquisition. Getting right on top of that Shadow Fiend, taking him out of the game. Get that Aegis out of things. So no more confidence there for
Still
HULIGANI.
enjoying Dire's position a little bit better here.
I wonder what
They
it
have
is.
Great spells.
Is it just Puck?
I think it's again like ease of execution in team fights. Like Radiant's lineup is not easy to play in a team fight. Like look at the spells they have. They got like Hookshot and Bushwhack. That's their best lockdown. Meanwhile, you have Coil, you have Roar, you have Blast Off. There's way stronger spells overall for locking people down from Dire.
A snap of the coil onto this clockwork. Riddy's hookshot back towards Daze, but that's going to leave him open to potentially die with Mirage's jump forward. Keeps tabs on the Hoodwink to dive high ground and get the kill. Mirage now waning rift to low ground, so it's perfectly safe. They blow up both Radiant supports.
Level 25 Puck. 2 gems in this man. I said it's hard to force a team fight, but now with 2 deads, they can put the squeeze on this mid lane.
Send Snowy up to high ground. Yeah, hit into that tier 3. Tombstone placed defensively. Looking for the lane here. As Mirage just keeps dancing into the back line, giving vision so they know where Na'Vi is standing. A scout out got the juice. They'll understand fully here that Na'Vi will just relinquish control of this mid lane, lose the barracks. And Snowy, he's going to back up now.
They still have the bottom tier 2, so they couldn't keep squeezing for the entire Mega Creeps push. And have to back. Navi in an uncomfortable spot now. We are 8k lead. Final game in this qualifier for one of these teams. And Navi, they're pressed to do something.
Something drastic has to change. They cannot allow this HULIGANI lineup to approach their base with this steamroller. They've got to slick the roads, put a banana skin on the floor, something to trip them up. They'll lead out with
Blue
Niku.
shell.
Their smoke breaks, Mirage, perfect vision, sees them all coming. Respect walks straight into the middle as Niku backstabs into Corrupted, but the Roar comes out onto the Kez. They're focusing in onto the Bird, trying to blow him up, but he's going to parry and run back to safety, surviving. Respect, Daze, and Riddies with Corrupted dying. We get a bunch of trades, but no massive core kills on the big heavy hitters just yet.
Yeah, and still not quite safe. PMA tries to gate through, tries to TP normally. It's gonna be fine.
No stuns.
I think this was a little bit too far away and didn't quite have blast off yet anyway. But SF, he's feeling it right now. Going towards this high ground, he has Satanic. He might just play for the Roche as well. Map control is worth a lot right now. As Roche is coming off cooldown soon.
Yeah, you don't want to spend a buyback on this Beastmaster. Just get him to respawn naturally. And dying. It was a little sad, but he's already spent his Roar. He had those summons to go out and push waves, so it's not a massive loss for the Beastmaster to die.
Close to Aghanim Scepter on Lycan. 600 gold. He can have Aghanims bite the Kess and then hope that Kess can dish the damage.
What? We've had a Rock Wolf, Lupus Rupus, and now we've got the Bird Wolf? The Wolf Bird?
The Wolf Bird. Oh yeah. That's beautiful. Wolf Bird, it's one of the most powerful mythical creatures, Gareth.
That sounds very strong. Imagine some kind of chimera wolf bird coming at you. What is it? The head of the bird? The head of a bird with a body of a wolf? Or is it
And
the
the
head of the
tail
wolf
of a
with the
snake.
body of a bird?
Add a bit of Medusa to it too, a snake tail.
Yeah, give him the legs of an ant. Did you ever do that as a kid, trying to form the best animal you could imagine?
In real life?
Yeah, like if you could draw, if you could create, if you could Frankenstein some kind of animal together.
Okay, I thought you meant literally Frankensteining stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I'm
should I
talking
call
about.
someone?
Yeah, you have your lab under your, you go to your grandparents' house, they've got the lab underneath the house where you're able
Of
to,
course,
dissect
yeah.
animals, and they've got that massive electrical
dissection
current
center.
where you can bring them back to life, and you take apart an ant
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
put
yeah.
you put the legs onto a cat, and it's got, super strength because ants are really powerful and they can lift 100 times their own weight. It's got the
Yeah.
roar of a lion, you've got the voice box of a lion.
Shut
that
up,
can
Gareth.
roar.
They're going for a team fight.
They are. Big
They're
smoke
going
up.
behind.
HULIGANI coming in behind Na'Vi, who have set up on the high ground. And going to get onto the Lycan. The first point of contact is PMA, who's going to turn Niku into the Wolf. The Wolfbird's coming in. He's already losing a lot of his HP on that Lycan, though, as the Beastmaster moves forward. But this Kez shredding into Sayush, looking for the techies, takes out a support. Snowy stood his ground, though, and the Kez dies and right-clicks. Oh, he's on 1 HP, but the Waning Rift jumping from Mirage finds the takedown. Around the Tombstone, Corrupted, dropping to the real Lycan. The Wolf comes in, kills off the Beastmaster. Clockwork TPing successfully, gets home somehow at 1 health. Shape-shifting Lycan, coming to an end in 10 seconds, blinking back safely. Gets a bit of distance from the puck.
Top barracks being absolutely bodied here by a bunch of Treants. They will come to the rescue, quickly clear them out. And the fight's not completely over, as Mirage was looking for more, but not gonna be able to find any bonus kills. Hectic stuff there. Big combo coming out from the Kez. Looked good to begin with, but he doesn't have MKB yet. His damage, it isn't really there yet to bring down this Butterfly SF. He's had Butterfly for a long time, Gareth, and there's still not a counter yet. Unfortunately, Kez is struggling in the 1v1.
It's real challenging when Snowy can just stand there, launch right clicks into you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And even when he's turned into that wolf form, also didn't really get to feel the impact out of Got the Juice. Nature's Prophet with, you know, a tremendous amount of net worth, 30,000 gold to his name, 6-slotted Nature's Prophet. Also can't stand and deliver when he's being harassed by a puck, chased by this Beastmaster, someone's getting roared up and pushed around.
I kinda wish he went MKB instead of Daedalus. Because a lot of times I'm with it, you know, oh, enemy has Butterfly, but you go Daedalus, it can still be fine. Here I think they need to address the SF. They need to be able to kill him, and MKB would just be better for being able to achieve that. I get it on Tiny or something, you don't really want to buy MKB, you go for Daedalus because you're damaged with Aghanims or something, you know, like, I can see it. But here, I'm still lacking a Shadow Fiend killer on Radiance. Shadow Fiend is invulnerable, basically.
Yeah, can't be touched. Can't be
Just the
touched.
Sata and Butterfly combo.
And Roshan alive again. The third big man returns to his pit. And Huligani going to start it. Scouted a little bit here by the Wolves. They've got Tombstone in the Roche pit and a Shadow Fiend wailing away at him. Navi have got to make a move. They cannot allow this to happen for free. So Niku gets into the Roche pit. Roche about to die. Aegis on the floor. Who's going to pick it up? It's Niku's Kez who grabs it. Around the Tombstone, though, it's a difficult fight for Navi to make. Corrupted trapped in the cogs, but with his Shadow Fiend just whacking into the Kez. He'll try and Echo Slash back into Snowy, but this Shadow Fiend, even with that spin out of Niku, cannot be contended with. You were right. There's nothing to stop Snowy, and with the Congregations of the Deep out of them, they find Nature's Prophet. 4 dead on Navi, and there's no buybacks available. Huligani on the verge here as they step towards the Radiant base. They're close. So close they can taste it.
Navi are not calling it, but they're dead for so long. 1 minute, 90 seconds. These are monstrous times with the SF and Puck with the Diderun in your base.
They're just going for tier 4.
See how you can delay this. I mean, they're going for the qualification. Well, it's not qualified yet. They have one more opponent if they win, but I think Navi are about to be knocked out here.
Straight for the jugular, straight for tier 4s, run straight down this mid lane to look to end the game. 60 seconds, no Nature's Prophet, 45 without your Kez. 2 heavy hitters out of the game for a long time. And Huligani exploiting it, roar up the Lycan. Clockwork can try a hook shot and cogs to buy some time, but that Congregations of the Deep, the tendrils connecting, and the throne is falling. Shadow Fiend just opens up on the buildings to close out the game, and they know it's over. It is now, GG called. Huligani take the series, step a little closer towards TI, and knock out